What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories.
10 AC. Chapter 191. Fighting to the end, Huali died. Advertisement. The power of the Red Hair Pirates is strong. If it can be successful at this time, all the main force of Red Hair Pirates will be left in this place. Even if these main forces of the Red Hair Pirates can be wiped out in a short period of time. Then in the end, all obstacles can be cleared for Lei Luo. At this time, Huali has nothing to do. In the shortest possible time, they began to confront and attack the power of these pirate groups. I only know the moment when I started to attack the power of the pirates this time. The power that can be erupted is definitely the most powerful. At this moment, Huali began to confront all the strength 04 of the opponent in the shortest possible time. I only know that at the moment when the last bomb exploded, it died together with the red post who came to destroy it. At this moment, he has nothing to do. Huali also knew that in the end, he could only have a real confrontation with them in a short period of time. Only in the shortest possible time can we help Lei Luo organize the organization's strength to fight back. Advertisement. Such a powerful force swept the entire world in the shortest possible time. Soon Lei Luo also learned the news that Huali was buried in the Sea of Fire. When Lei Luo heard the news that Huali was buried in the Sea of Fire, he felt very unhappy. Unexpectedly, this time the red hair would run away again. It's just okay, even though the redhead has run away now. At that time, those subordinates with red hair were basically killed by him. At this time, the red hair can basically be said to be in a state of isolation and helplessness. At this time, the red hair has no power to support him. Basically, in the shortest time, it has completely fallen into the scope of its own control. If this guy wants to run out of this place in a short time, it is absolutely impossible. Because in the shortest time, he was completely suppressed by his own strength. At this moment, Blackbeard's legion also heard about the red hair pirates and started attacking Lei Luo on the Chamber of Commerce's station. At this time, he was completely suppressed by the opponent. Advertisement. When Blackbeard's pirates heard that the red hair pirates were attacking him, they jumped right into their trap. At that moment, he was completely shocked. Unexpectedly, Lei Luo is so smart now. On the eve of the red hair pirates' attack on his Chamber of Commerce settlement, he has already evacuated all the people in his Chamber of Commerce. The purpose is to ensure that the pirate group can gain the maximum absorption in the shortest 240 hours. And most importantly, when those red hair pirates left, all had an inexplicable sense of fear. What these people in the Hongfahai duo group didn't expect at all was, at the beginning, they aggressively attacked Lei Luo's Chamber of Commerce. The moment he entered Lei Luo's Chamber of Commerce, he fell into the opponent's trap. The moment he entered Lei Luo's trap, he was completely wiped out. All the red hair pirates fell into Lei Luo's trap completely. And basically all of them were wiped out. Advertisement. Chapter 192. The red hair is in a panic, fleeing from here. Advertisement. The moment when the entire red hair pirates entered Lei Luo's Chamber of Commerce, none of them realized that Lei Luo's army had all withdrawn long ago. At this moment, everyone completely fell into Lei Luo's trap. I saw gunpowder smoke rising one after another in the sky, and the next second came the howls of pain from everyone. At this time, the redhead could no longer care about his legion. Only by evacuating this place as soon as possible in the shortest possible time can you save your own life. The redhead has already ordered all the rest of his people to evacuate the place. I can't believe that the strength of the opponent's legion has reached such a terrifying place. Unexpectedly, Lei Luo had already discovered his motive at this time. It was only when Lei Luo discovered his motive that his life suffered the most serious blow. This moment, Lei Luo also got the news. Advertisement. When Lei Luo learned of the moment when the red hair pirates entered his trap, Lei Luo couldn't help laughing out loud. Ha ha ha, as I said earlier, the people in the red hair pirates are all idiots without IQ. If they fall into my trap, they will be completely buried by me. Backquote. When you enter our army, you will definitely be wiped out by me. At this moment, Lei Luo couldn't control himself anymore, so he just laughed out loud. He never thought that these red hair pirates would completely fall into his trap in an instant. And the most important thing is that when the pirate group entered their own trap, there was no way to escape. All the people have been blown up by their own bombs. Eventually even those shells started to explode around him. Because everything seemed to happen directly at that moment. Ha ha ha, I didn't expect the people from the red hair pirates to be so stupid now, and they directly entered into your trap, Captain. In the end, basically all the remaining strengths of the red hair pirates were wiped out. Huali's physical strength seemed to have surpassed all limitations at that moment. Advertisement. He fought with the red hair pirates with his last ounce of strength. It's just that Qian Li's, when Huali had a final confrontation with these people, Huali had already used all his strength. Every time when Lei Luo thinks of this incident, he can't help but want to laugh. Who can imagine that this group of guys completely entered the final trap when they still didn't react at all? In the end, I fought against this group of guys alive. Ace who said this couldn't help laughing out loud. In the end, it entered the stage of fighting to the death with this group of guys. The moment these people entered your trap area, I couldn't even imagine that they are so stupid now. 21. This moment, just a little pity loose. All these people led by Lei Luo couldn't help laughing. At the beginning, I also wanted Huali to evacuate that place immediately, but in the end Huali couldn't leave that place in the shortest time. Huali was completely buried in the sea of fire. Advertisement. Chapter 193. Secret meeting with 5 elders, proposed joint. Advertisement. In the end Huali was able to suppress the cannonball, and then fought thoroughly with the Red Hair pirates. This moment, the meeting of the 5 elders also started. Red Hair is the 6th person to work for Master IM. Also attended the 5 elders meeting at this time. At this time, everyone in the 5 elders had a very solemn expression on their faces, and they sat in the conference hall like this. This time, Lei Luo directly eliminated Kaido in the shortest possible time. This guy's strength has reached an incomparable level. And the most important thing is that when he started to fight this time, no one in 323 was his opponent, and he could wipe out all the others within 1 second. Since he was able to eliminate Kaido directly in such a short period of time this time, it has already explained everything. Enemies are easy to resolve but not easy to form. We absolutely cannot confront Lei Luo this time. Confronting him will only cause us to lose ourselves. That's why we advise you, Redhead, to admit your mistake to Lei Luo quickly, and don't do such things again from now on. Advertisement. Otherwise, when you are wiped out, we have no way AEJ to help you. At this moment, the red hair suddenly slammed his hand on the table. It's just that the moment the redhead slapped his huge palm on the table, the entire table trembled violently. It can be clearly seen that what is revealed in the eyes of the red hair is an ultimate power. Looking at these subordinates of his, they were directly blown into pieces by those shells in such a short period of time. In an instant, all the people became cannon fodder. Originally, at the beginning, all the people who faced me arrived at Lei Luo's Chamber of Commerce station in the Red Hair area. At this moment, he received the most powerful blow in his heart, and he couldn't believe what he saw. He was directly beaten by the opponent. The Red Hair can't care so much at this time. This time Lei Luo put himself together, so next time the Redhead will definitely not let Lei Luo go. Advertisement. He wanted to wipe out all of Lei Luo's chambers of commerce in the red-haired area in the shortest possible time. It's just that when the red-haired people led their legion, they were attacked by Lei Luo's bomb the moment they arrived at the Chamber of Commerce's station. Create the most powerful pressure on them and completely suppress them. This is the only thought in their hearts. All the bombs left at the Chamber of Commerce station. Who could have imagined that Lei Luo had already taken away all the people in his Chamber of Commerce? And at this time, the red hair has regarded Lei Luo as his lifelong enemy. At that time, I had no choice but to watch all this with red hair. But what they didn't expect was when they came to the 10th moment when the Chamber of Commerce was stationed in Lei Luo's red-haired area. The sound of bombs bombing made his subordinates completely desperate inside. It's just that when these bombs started to bomb, all his subordinates entered a state of despair. Advertisement. Chapter 194. The final notice, unite together. Advertisement. Even with all their strength, the red hair pirates will definitely have a final confrontation with Lei Luo's white paper flower pirates. At that time, Lei Luo will never be given any chance of survival, and absolutely will not be given any hope of survival for Lei Luo. This is the resentment in the hearts of the current red hair pirates. Absolutely not. Even if I try my best this time, I will fight against Lei Luo. This time, when Lei Luo's Chamber of Commerce in the red-haired area exploded, all I lost was my brother. This time, I will never let him have any chance to live again. I will definitely wipe out Lei Luo in the shortest possible time. What can be clearly seen as a powerful murderous aura revealed in the red-haired eyes. Those eyes seemed to be able to swallow the entire world in an instant. In the next second, he slammed a glass in his hand onto the table. It's just that when the red hair dropped the glass in his hand on the table, there was a violent sound. And in the next second, the glass can be broken into pieces directly. Advertisement. At this moment, one can clearly see the powerful killing spirit revealed in the red-haired eyes, and no one can restrain it. The whole eye is already red. The redhead's anger value has reached a peak. Every time when the red hair thinks of his buried subordinates at the Lei Luo Chamber of Commerce station in the red hair area. I can't wait to rush over again now and beat Lei Luo to pieces. If it weren't for the fact that most of the forces of the red hair pirates have been wiped out by Lei Luo. Even the Blackbeard pirates couldn't resist Lei Luo's attack at all, so how could others? The strength soared in an instant. 0. The 5 elders know that better than anyone. So now he really has the ability to rush into Lei Luo's pirate group in the shortest possible time. Don't you know that Lei Luo completely wiped out the Blackbeard army before? Now Blackbeard is still on the way to escape. Advertisement. No, absolutely not. If we attack Lei Luo at this time, how can we fight against Lei Luo? At this moment, when 5 elders saw such an angry expression on the red hair, leading all his legions, in the shortest possible time, wiped out the strength of Lei Luo's pirate group. Because this person seems to have lost his mind, there is no way to appease his mood now. Let's give up. We are not Lei Luo's opponent at all, we have no strength to fight against Lei Luo at all. Now Lei Luo's strength is very strong. Because the strength of the pirate group has reached the level of ultimate in a short period of time, the entire Wano Kuni people are willing to support Lei Luo. If we insist on confronting Lei Luo, it's a joke, and we can't beat him at all. It also showed a particularly helpless look. 0. Ask for flowers. At this moment, it seems that at that moment, the depths of my heart have also suffered the most serious blow. Especially after Lei Luo eliminated Wano Kuni's Kaido. Advertisement. Chapter 195. Redhead's proposal was rejected. Advertisement. At this time, if we talk about fighting Lei Luo, it's not just about fighting Lei Luo's white paper flower pirates. It can even be said that it is fighting with all the forces in the entire Wano Kuni. No one in the fifth teacher's heart made it clear that at this time, it is absolutely not allowed to go in for any battles. If you go to fight at this time, it is just the final end of your life. So, 077 said that none of the 5 elders was willing to support red hair. The expression on the red-haired face at this moment, especially the anger, reached an ultimate level at that moment. You guys are really a bunch of idiots. If you don't take advantage of Lei Luo's weak strength at this time, you can wipe him out. Then how is it possible to fight against Lei Luo in the future? Right now Lei Luo's power is indeed very strong, but not too strong, as long as we can attack him first. We will definitely be able to wipe out Lei Luo's pirate group in the shortest possible time. Advertisement. When thinking of this, there was still a murderous look in the red-haired eyes. At that moment, this powerful murderous aura seemed to be able to engulf the entire world. Now I ask you to mobilize Marine immediately, just like the previous One Piece Roger did with Marine to destroy the Rock's pirate group, so that we can work together to destroy Lei Luo's army. I believe that as long as our pirate group and your Marine attack together, we will be able to wipe out Lei Luo's pirate group in a short time. At this moment, there was a powerful murderous look in the red-haired eyes. At this time, the red hair has gone completely crazy, and at this time, she just wants to completely wipe out Lei Luo. In their hearts, only by completely eradicating Lei Luo in the shortest possible time can everything be guaranteed. Only then can it be guaranteed that all the strength of Lei Luo will be eliminated in the shortest possible time. This is the only thought in their hearts, and the only thought in their inner world. At this time, the redhead has gone completely crazy, and just wants to completely wipe out Lei Luo's pirate group in the shortest possible time. At this moment, the eyes of 5 elders are full of incredible expressions. Advertisement. If we directly unite with the red-haired legion at this time, then it is indeed very powerful. But it doesn't mean that Lei Luo's team can be wiped out directly in the shortest time. After all, the strength of the current Lei Luo team is still very strong. If it is to fight against this powerful army of Lei Luo, it is still weak. So at this time, the eyes of 5 elders are still showing restless feelings, and they still dare not take risks. The redhead has reached the point of ultimate at this time. In fact, he is not just for revenge, the reason why he is 4.5 now is to maintain his pirate power. In fact, it is because all these groups of mine basically exist in the form of pirates. Only in this way can we ensure that our overall power can be played safely. How can I say that I am also the 6th person? These old guys don't look at the monk's face, but at the thin face, so they should give themselves a little face. Advertisement. Chapter 196. Destroy Lei Luo, never unite. Advertisement. I have already said this far, but I didn't expect these 5 old guys to still show a calm look. I'll say it again, if you don't join forces with me to eliminate Lei Luo at this time. When finally Lei Luo's strength reaches an untouchable level, all of you will be wiped out. At that time, if Marine still wants to fight against Lei Luo's pirate group, it will be simply invincible. His current growth method of the pirate group is growing at a double speed. If we can't eliminate him now, then you still want to eliminate 04 Lei Luo in the future, which is basically impossible. At this moment, the redhead has expressed her emotions to an ultimate level. Now let the 5 elders mobilize Marine to help them destroy Lei Luo together. Let's go together to destroy Lei Luo's white paper flower pirates. It could be clearly seen that the expression on 5 elders' face was still unwilling. Because they know that if they start a war with Lei Luo at this time, to be honest, their strength may not be able to fall into such a peak state in a short period of time. Advertisement. I'm afraid that it will be completely wiped out by Lei Luo's army at that time. The current Marine's strength is indeed very strong, but there is still a certain gap with Lei Luo's white paper flower pirates. And most importantly, pull one hair and move the whole body. If all Marine's power is used on Lei Luo at this time, then other pirate groups will be rampant with malice. Because when I was in that island, I lived quite comfortably, but I didn't expect Marco to come in the end. These guys are really smart, because they also know that it is absolutely impossible at this time, so they started to listen to the red hair. Blackbeard at this moment, since being chased out of Liqueur Island by Marco and Ace. So at this time, 5 elders still showed an unwillingness. If we were to start a war with Lei Luo directly at this time, then the final outcome must be a disastrous defeat. This does not solve the problem at its root. Advertisement. As long as you listen to the words of the red hair, then you will be completely wiped out by then. If it weren't for the fact that the dreams of himself and several main characters ran faster, everyone would have died under his hands. It's just that at that moment, the opponent's strength has completely suppressed him. Basically, I live in a state of dire straits every day. Because they knew that they were definitely not Lei Luo's opponents at this time. Absolutely no one can escape the terror of the other party, and the power to control the other party is indeed very powerful. Marco's strength can completely suppress himself in the shortest time, so that there is no way to confront him. And most importantly, Blackbeard felt that he had been severely suppressed and hit during this period of time. And the most important thing is that it is very likely that when I take this action, I will be suppressed to a certain extent. So at this time 5 elders does not want this to continue. This is a realistic thing right in front of my eyes. In their minds, such things can only cause infinite pressure. Advertisement. Chapter 197. Blackbeard arrives and wants to unite. Advertisement. So every time Blackbeard thinks about being manipulated before, he will feel very special fear. Of course, at this time Blackbeard also knew that his pirate group was suppressed by the opponent in such a short period of time. That's entirely because the opponent's strength is indeed very strong. But it doesn't mean that Blackbeard will never get up again, and it doesn't mean that the Blackbeard Marine Regiment will completely disappear in the nautical world. That is absolutely impossible, so at this time, Blackbeard's heart is still full of strong expectations for the future. At this time, Blackbeard led several other subordinates to the field of red hair pirates. At this time, Gecko Moria had a question. Leader, why did we come to the red hair pirates' domain at this time? I heard that the red hair pirates were also attacked by Lei Luo. The red hair now is like a crazy old dog. Seeing who catches whoever, I'm afraid it's not appropriate for us to come to his domain. Gecko Moria's concerns are not unfounded. Advertisement. At the beginning, Hongfa had already attacked Lei Luo's Chamber of Commerce station in Hongfa's domain. He wanted to completely wipe out Lei Luo's Chamber of Commerce station in the Hongfa area in the shortest possible time. Only in this way can they guarantee that their power will be brought into full play in a short period of time. But what they didn't expect was, when the red-haired pirates came within the control range of Lei Luo's marine, they were blown to pieces by his shells. And the most important thing is to directly hit the opponent's empty city plan. At that moment, the entire red hair seemed to have lost its mind. Because the strength of the opponent is too strong, basically the fear has reached an incomparable level. Such a powerful force suppressed everyone in the shortest possible time. In short, when everyone personally sees the suppression of such a powerful force, they will feel an inexplicable feeling of fear. So at this time, the redhead has basically lost his mind and caught whoever he sees. Advertisement. What Gecko Moria was watching out for was at this moment, when Blackbeard led his army into the red-haired domain. Then it is likely to P***s off the redhead. Even at this time, the redhead may lose his mind and go directly to the battle with the Blackbeard pirates. Originally, when the members of the Blackbeard pirates confronted each other, they had already suffered the most severe suppression. At this time, Blackbeard's pirate group has been defeated, if it is said that it is going to war with the red hair pirates at this time. I am afraid that with the current strength of the Blackbeard pirates, there is no way to fight against the red hair sea group. Although the current red hair pirates have also been attacked by Lei Luo formidably. Most of the main subordinates, with Zhao, have been wiped out by Lei Luo. But a lean camel is always bigger than a horse. Even at this time, most of the subordinates of the red hair pirates have been wiped out by Lei Luo. But to be honest, the power of the pirate group is still very strong. If it is said that at this time, the people of Blackbeard and the people of red hair pirates are fighting against each other. It is not necessarily possible to control and suppress a relatively powerful force with the other party. Advertisement. Chapter 198. Gecko Moria thoughts, still simple. Advertisement. This is a presence that is more real than anything. So what Gecko Moria is worried about at this time is not without any reason. At this time, Blackbeard just laughed and didn't take what Gecko Moria said in his heart at all. Don't worry, the red hair is already vicious. The redhead also knows that if he started a war with us just because we entered his domain, then in the end, it will only be a loss for both sides. If it comes to the end where both losers, Lei Luo will be the one who will gain in the end. I'm afraid that our 613 legions will not be able to fight against Lei Luo when they join forces. So you believe me, this time we entered the territory of red hair pirates, he still dare not take any action against us. At this moment, Blackbeard had a more confident smile on his face. Because Blackbeard now holds all the secrets of the red hair pirates. Blackbeard also knew that with the red hair at this time, the pirates would never dare to confront him by force in any aspect. Advertisement. If the red hair pirates dared to confront their own pirate group by force, then in the end, the entire Blackbeard pirate group will be completely wiped out. The entire red hair pirates will be completely wiped out in this great seafaring world in an instant. It is absolutely impossible for red hair pirates to do such a thankless task. At least such a thing must have been a most real thing, when Gecko Moria heard Blackbeard say so. A more joyful look appeared on his face, and it was only at that moment that he felt a strong sense of comfort deep in his heart. Captain, what do you mean? Captain, do you mean that you have entered the territory of the red hair pirates this time? Are you planning to unite with the red hair pirates? Will they agree then? Moon Eba Light Moria is a little bit worried to be honest. At this moment, Blackbeard just smiled slightly, with a smile of great joy on his face. Ha ha ha, don't worry, it's fine. Advertisement. This time we entered into his sphere of rule, and in the end he could only choose to cooperate with us. If Hongfa doesn't choose to cooperate with us at this time, how can he possibly be able to fight against Lei Luo's pirates relying on his own strength? That is absolutely impossible. At this moment, his inner world has completely surrendered. I didn't expect that Blackbeard's thoughts were really ahead of my previous thoughts. Sure enough, it was exactly the same as what Blackbeard said. All the people in the current red hair pirates must be fighting against each other. Because when all their people entered Lei Luo's Chamber of Commerce before, they directly entered the other party's trap. It's just that when he entered the opponent's trap for a moment, he was suppressed by the opponent most powerfully. This is a fact. So at this time, the people in this legion know better than anyone else, if there is a united object. Then they will definitely go all out to unite with this legion. Advertisement. Chapter 199. A short burst, reaching the red-haired field. Advertisement. As long as it can be united with such a relatively powerful legion, then in the end, it will definitely bring them an unexpected benefit and surprise. That's the only thought on the minds of all red-hair pirates. So at this time, the belief in Blackbeard's heart is clearer than anyone else. As long as there is a real confrontation with the opponent at this time, then red-hair pirates will definitely choose to join forces with Blackbeard. Although it is said that these two pirate groups have now suffered the worst blow in history. But as long as the two pirate groups can unite at this time, they can still burst out with great power in a short period of time. And most importantly, now everyone knows Blackbeard and Redhead. If these two pirate groups can unite in a short period of time, then they are not necessarily Lei Luo's opponents. The reason why he was defeated by Lei Luo before. That's entirely because the red hair pirates, and the Blackbeard pirates, were taking things too lightly. When the two pirate groups started to fight alone, there was really no way to have any confrontation with each other. Advertisement. But now it's completely different. If Blackbeard at this time, the pirates and red hair pirates can unite, then at that time, the power that these two pirate groups can erupt must be the most powerful. As long as these two pirate groups can be fully united by then, they will definitely be able to defeat Lei Luo's pirate group in a short time. At this moment, Gecko Moria just nodded slightly. I hope so. I hope these red hair pirates can unite with us. At this moment, they came to this place with their own banner. It was just a moment when they came under their banner and reached the territory of the red hair pirates. The red hair pirates immediately reported the incident to Red Hair. Report, Captain, we have found Blackbeard men in our domain. If I'm not mistaken, it should be the remaining force of Blackbeard, and they have already entered the domain of our red hair pirates. When the red hair heard the news, a golden light flashed in his eyes. 0. Ask for flowers. Advertisement. Because for the red hair, this news is simply the best news for him. In fact, this matter is very simple for me. The reason is indeed very simple. The reason why the members of the Blackbeard pirates will come to the field of the red hair pirates at this time. Redheads know that better than anyone. 0. Because the last time when Marco and Ace led their own people came within the range of Blackbeard, it directly defeated all the remaining forces of Blackbeard. In the end, Blackbeard led his people to evacuate as he had no other choice. Liqueur Island was evacuated immediately in the shortest possible time. In the end, only the few remaining people survived to the end. At this time, the people from Blackbeard can run anywhere, but why did they come within the range of the red hair pirates? In fact, the reason for this matter is indeed a very, very simple reason. The reason is that at this time, the power of Blackbeard's pirate group is already extremely vicious. Advertisement. Chapter 200. The red hair comprehends, see you immediately. Advertisement. The reason why the remaining forces of Blackbeard's entire pirate group came within the sphere of influence of the red hair pirates. That's all because Blackbeard specifically wanted to join forces with the redhead right now. The red-haired mind is much more advanced than others. Right at the beginning when the redheads came to the Five Elders' place. The moment when he wanted the Five Elders to go out to fight against Lei Luo with him. I thought of 757, if there is a pirate group willing to cooperate with me at this time. Then relying on the absolute strength of the two pirate groups, they will definitely be able to completely defeat Lei Luo. As long as they can completely defeat Lei Luo's marine team in a short period of time, then the current red-haired pirate group may be able to become the most powerful existence in the entire voyage in a short period of time. That was the only thought in the redhead's heart. Okay, I didn't expect Blackbeard's pirate group to come to my door, and I really need a partner right now. I didn't expect Blackbeard's pirates to come when I needed a partner. Advertisement. This is really a good thing for me. Just at that moment, the red-haired eyes revealed a sense of great anticipation. At this time, if the two legions can be united in a short period of time, then it will always explode at that time, and the strength and power must exist like swallowing the sky and destroying the earth. As long as the two pirate groups can join forces in the shortest possible time to carry out a real resistance against each other. So what will Lei Luo's pirate group be at that time? At this moment, the red-haired heart is clearer than anyone else. So he immediately led several of his subordinates to the place where the Blackbeard pirates were. The speed is very, very fast. It's just that when the red hair and Blackbeard met, there was a strong sense of anticipation in the eyes of both of them. The redhead showed a powerful smile. You are finally here. This time, only our two pirate groups can fight against Lei Luo's pirate group together. Lei Luo's subordinates Marco and Ace have suppressed you in Liqueur Island before. I think you should hate Lei Luo. Advertisement. This time I'm here to help you. Since you have entered the realm of our red hair pirates, why don't we start working together directly? Redhead has always been a straightforward person, and never likes to hide things. Only when the men of Blackbeard came to the realm of the red hair pirates. In fact, the redhead already knew all this in his heart. Just when the Blackbeard people came to his own domain, he already knew what the Blackbeard people were thinking. If it wasn't for cooperating with me against Lei Luo. So how could Blackbeard's people enter the range of their own domain 2.6 at this time? So at this time the red-haired heart is clearer than anyone else. At this moment Blackbeard glanced at Gecko Moria beside him. In the next second, a slight smile appeared on his deep face. In the next second, he couldn't help but nodded. It was only at that moment that he had already admitted the other party's speculation about his heart. Advertisement. Chapter 201. Redhead and Blackbeard unite, Lei Luo gets the news. Advertisement. At this time, the thoughts in Blackbeard's heart were basically the same as those of Redbeard. At the beginning, the reason why he led his remaining residual forces came to the field of red hair pirates. I just hope to find a difficult brother like Red Hair. If at this time the red hair pirates can unite with the Blackbeard pirates, then they must be able to fight against Lei Luo's army in the shortest possible time. Although the power of Lei Luo's white paper flower pirates is indeed very strong. But at this time, the two pirate groups know that as long as the two pirate groups unite together, then at that time, it will definitely be able to suppress the most powerful pressure on Fang 04. This is a fact. Okay, this time our two legions will cooperate directly. I also think that if the two of us cooperate, we can completely fight against Lei Luo. If our two pirate groups don't continue to cooperate, then Lei Luo's army will only become stronger and stronger. Advertisement. At this time, whether it is Blackbeard or the Redhead, they know better than anyone else. If they don't work together, then the opponent's strength will reach the ultimate level in the shortest possible time. I am afraid that with the strength of these two pirate groups, the opponent's strength will definitely explode in a short time. And the most important thing is that the current Lei Luo is so terrifying that he can't go any further. At this time, if it is said that Lei Luo cannot be effectively attacked in the shortest time, then at that time, Lei Luo's power range will only begin to expand infinitely. As long as the range of this guy's power begins to expand infinitely, then no one will be able to do anything to him. This is a very realistic thing. At this time, the red hair pirates have joined forces with the Blackbeard pirates. This news was also transmitted to Lei Luo's ears in the shortest possible time. It's just that when Lei Luo heard about it, this time the remnants of Blackbeard ran directly into the domain of the red hair pirates. And at this time, the remnants of the red hair pirates have joined forces with the remnants of Blackbeard. Advertisement. At that moment, I knew that the two mad dogs had joined together. But at this time, Lei Luo just smiled slightly with a very calm expression on his face, and even at that moment, there was no fluctuation at all. Because for Lei Luo, the strength of these two pirate groups is nothing more than that. Moreover, the current two pirate groups are basically residual forces. With the remaining forces of these two pirate groups, how can they fight against Lei Luo's white paper flower pirates? So when Lei Luo heard the moment when the two pirate 383 bandits united at this moment, he couldn't help but smile. Ha ha ha, I didn't expect these two people to be united, but even if they are united, they still exist like younger brothers. It's not worth mentioning in front of me. Marco and Ace took a step forward, and the two guys also showed extremely joyful smiles on their faces. I actually feel that these two pirate groups have an inexplicable sense of joy. When Marco attacked Blackbeard's pirate group before, he solved them in minutes. Dealt them the worst blow in history. Advertisement. Chapter 202. The two pirate groups compete and finally unite. Advertisement. In the shortest possible time, the two pirate groups united. Because at this time, the Red Hair and the Blackbeard Legion knew that their two pirate groups had to unite. Only when the two pirate groups join forces can they stand against Lei Luo's army. Otherwise, relying on their strength, they are no match for Lei Luo at all, and Lei Luo can completely take them down by himself. When these guys are mixed together, they all show a special joy in their hearts, and the inner world is very happy. Soon Redhead put everyone in Blackbeard in Redhead's domain. And entertained these guys with good wine and meat. Although the strength of the current Blackbeard pirates has been weakened a lot, a lean camel is bigger than a horse. There are still a few relatively powerful existences in the Blackbeard pirates. At least these few relatively powerful guys may be able to suppress Lei Luo's pirate ship in a short period of time. Advertisement. This is certainly not going to be a problem. So at this time the Redhead knew the necessity of joining forces with Blackbeard. The Redhead immediately invited Blackbeard to a secret place, and then discussed with Blackbeard. When the Red Hair heard this, he couldn't help but nodded, and he was very appreciative of the other party's reply to him. It's just that he felt an inexplicable joy when he heard the moment when the Red Hair even found out his old bottom. Backquote. Don't worry, this time we have two pirate groups attacking Lei Luo's army together. Quote. At this moment, the Red Hair did not hide anything, he also knew that this was a Blackbeard, even if he knew that his strength was weak, he would not fight against him. No matter how powerful Lei Luo's army is, it can't resist it at all. Our two pirate groups attack together. Shinma's the so-called two fists are hard to beat four hands, I am afraid that is the truth. Quote. It never occurred to Hongfa that he had already handed over his background to himself. The last time we attacked Lei Luo's Chamber of Commerce station in our area, but we didn't expect to fall into this kid's trap. Advertisement. Then in the end, both sides will only suffer losses. Most of my main bar power was wiped out by this guy. This is the only thought in their hearts. At this moment, when Blackbeard heard the Redhead's words to him, he was also inexplicably surprised in his heart. If it is said that Blackbeard at this time knew that his strength was weak, and then launched an attack on himself. At that moment, deep in my heart, there was a rather moving expression and color. There is only one common enemy between the two of them, and that is Lei Luo. When all of us got into his trap and attacked him, all of mine ate his bombs. So these two guys just want to charge into Lei Luo's domain in the shortest possible time, and deal the most powerful blow to Lei Luo. When his two terrifying men rushed to our island, they directly wiped out our people. Blackbeard went on to say. Before, two of his men led a group of people directly to our island and attacked us. Advertisement. Chapter 203. Well planned, ready to attack. Advertisement. The reason why we were unable to confront them last time was because we were not prepared. Blackbeard has always believed that the strength of his pirate group is very strong. Although there is a certain gap in strength compared to Hongfa, it is still more than enough to fight against Lei Luo. But he didn't expect that when his two subordinates led a group of people rushing here, they suppressed themselves. Even all the people in the entire pirate group were unable to carry out any confrontation, and were completely wiped out. If it wasn't for his fast running, perhaps he had already been sacrificed. So at this time, Blackbeard 293's mind is very clear, as long as he is fully prepared this time. As long as you are fully prepared, then Lei Luo's pirate group will be no problem. At that time, it is very likely that all legions will work together to make a final attack against Lei Luo's pirate group. As long as the two pirate groups work together to attack Lei Luo's pirate group, it will definitely cause the most serious suppression to his pirate group. What is the strength of the opponent? Advertisement. The opponent's strength is nothing at all, and will be suppressed by Blackbeard's AEFC pirate group in the shortest possible time. Blackbeard and the red-haired were holding a goblet by themselves, and they collided lightly with joyful smiles on their faces. Ha ha ha, let's have a sip, and then make a sophisticated plan to attack Lei Luo. Blackbeard couldn't help but nodded and touched the goblet in his hand. There was a great sense of anticipation and joy in his eyes. Don't worry, this time our two pirate groups will work together. Combining together will definitely cause him the greatest suppression. Although Lei Luo is a very powerful existence, after all, he can't beat the combined strength of our two pirate groups. At this moment, Blackbeard's inner world is full of endless anticipation and self-confidence. Blackbeard believed that as long as he went all out to attack, he would succeed in the end. Most importantly, what is the power of Lei Luo's pirate group as long as it is supported by the power of the red-haired pirate group? This time Blackbeard was willing to hand over all his troops to Red Hair. Let the Red Hair directly attack Lei Luo to grab the line. Advertisement. When the redhead heard this, he couldn't help laughing, feeling an abnormal joy deep in his heart. This is really a good cooperation in the true sense. Don't worry, as long as you hand over your people to me, there will be no problems. I will definitely wipe out Lei Luo's pirate group in the shortest possible time, and let Lei Luo know what real strength is. It's their bad luck that our two pirates joined together. Talking and talking, the two couldn't help but picked up the goblets in their hands and collided with each other. A smile of great joy appeared on his face. At this time, Lei Luo had already ordered his subordinates to come in. Call Ace and Marco in immediately. But when Lei Luo gave this order, someone immediately called Ace and Marco in. When Ace and Marco saw the moment of Lei Luo, they were full of fighting spirit. Advertisement. Chapter 204. Stabilize the output, the strongest blow. Advertisement. Because in the hearts of these two guys, it seems that everyone knows that the inner world of these two guys is very serious. They also know how powerful it will be if they attack each other next. Because this time, both Ace and Marco knew about the combination of Blackbeard and Red Hair pirates. Although it is said that both Blackbeard's pirate group and Red Hair pirates have suffered their own sanctions before. Especially the Blackbeard pirates. It's just that when Ace and Marco rushed into Lacquer Island, they were wiped out in the shortest time. If it wasn't for not being aware of it in time, then Blackbeard wouldn't be able to escape their attack and suppression at all. But I didn't expect to let the guy Blackbeard run away. The most important thing is that when Blackbeard ran away, he has now joined forces with the Red Hair pirates. Although these two guys said that their current strength has been suppressed, and their own strength is not too many. But a skinny camel is always bigger than a horse. The combined power of these two pirate groups is absolutely extraordinary. So if these two pirate groups start to attack Lei Luo's White Paper Flower pirate group. Advertisement. It's really hard to say when the time comes. So at this time, Ace and Marco also want to hear the thoughts in Lei Luo's heart. At this moment, Lei Luo smiled slightly, the expression on his face was very calm, without any fluctuations. This will be a truly long-lasting war, and I hope all of you will work hard for me. Ace Marco listened to the order, and now immediately asks you to lead your own troops to the field of the Red Hair pirates. We must preemptively strike before these two pirate groups attack us. In the shortest possible time, deal the most serious blow to these two pirate groups. They must be completely suppressed in the shortest possible time, and they must not be allowed to explode. Let them know how powerful Lei Luo is in a short time. Just like these two pirate groups, now they have thought of the words that they joined forces to fight against their own pirate groups. Then we must come to the field of Red Hair pirates in the shortest possible time, and suppress all these troops of Red Hair. This time be sure to preempt the Red Hair pirates' attack on Lei Luo's pirates. Unexpectedly, this time, the remaining forces of Blackbeard's pirate group would join forces with the red-haired pirate group. Advertisement. The Red Hair Pirates Field 0 has been reached in the shortest possible time. Then it is absolutely impossible to let the two pirate groups find a way to escape at this time. 0. Seeking flowers 00. Only then can all dangers and crises be eliminated in the shortest possible time. Soon Ace and Marco called the people in their regiment. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Because for these two guys, Blackbeard got away last time. 0. At this moment, Marco and Ace were very happy when they heard this, with joyful expressions on their faces. Only in the shortest possible time can these two pirate groups be completely disintegrated. This was the only thought in the minds of the two of them. Subordinates obey orders. Then, it immediately accelerated and galloped towards the field of red hair pirates. Advertisement. Chapter 205. Lei Luo attacks ahead of time, by surprise. Advertisement. At this moment, the red hair and Blackbeard are still carefully planning the next confrontation method. Two people were holding a goblet in my hand, drinking the red wine in it non-stop. There was an extremely joyful smile on his face, as if he didn't care at all. For these two guys, although there are not many remaining troops, as long as they are united enough. Then at that time, it will deal the most serious blow to Lei Luo's pirate group in the shortest time. After all, the truth that a lean camel is bigger than a horse is clear to everyone. It's just that when such a powerful force starts to attack these guys, let them know what real power suppression is. At this moment, Gecko Moria ran in directly, with a look of panic on his face. It's them, here they come. Gecko Moria can be clearly seen, and the expression on the whole person's face is particularly unnatural. Even the facial expression began to fluctuate accordingly. At this moment, Blackbeard and the redhead just looked at each other, and what was revealed in their eyes was unbelievable. Who is Gecko Moria talking about? Who is it? Advertisement. At this moment, these two guys couldn't believe who they were talking about. Tell me who it is. It was obvious that the redhead didn't have any patience, so after listening to him continue, he asked questions directly. At this time, Gecko Moria's eyes revealed a look of fear. Such a powerful force was once again suppressed in the shortest possible time. It's him, it's Marco and Ace, they are leading the white paper flower pirates. What? Lei Luo's pirate head and Lei Luo's subordinates came directly to the red-haired domain at this time. What the hell is going on here? The war looks like it is about to break out. At this moment, Blackbeard's eyes looked inexplicably hollow. And now he has let his two subordinates, Marco and Ace, lead the white paper flower pirates to the red-haired area in advance. Gecko Moria, what are you talking about? Advertisement. No, how did Lei Luo know about our plan? How did we let him know about our joint plan this time? Even Haihu 0.7 couldn't believe what he heard just now, and couldn't believe that the other party had already attacked him in advance. When this matter was transmitted for a moment, it attracted the attention of most people. Marco laughed loudly. This time, the old boy must not be allowed to escape again, and he must be destroyed. If this is the case, it is really too scary. Neither Blackbeard nor the redhead can believe it. Lei Luo already knew his actions in advance. At this moment, when anyone sees this scene, there will be an inexplicable feeling of fear in their hearts. These two guys couldn't believe that the other party at this time was actually ready to attack themselves. However, at this time Marco and Ace have reached the field of red hair pirates. It's just that for a split second, neither Blackbeard nor the redhead could believe what they were seeing. It can't be that fast, they can't know that our operation has been exposed. It never occurred to Lei Luo at this time that he had already anticipated the combination of the two teams before. And before the two teams are about to attack Lei Luo, all this has been prepared. Ace couldn't help but nodded. Advertisement. Chapter 206. Enduring the world, the war begins. Advertisement. Blackbeard and the red hair couldn't believe that Lei Luo had already come to the door at this time. When they saw the moment of Lei Luo, the inner world of the whole person was hit hard. What? They're actually coming here at this time. If we don't leave this place quickly, maybe we will be completely turned into cannon fodder in the end. What the hell? Go ahead. At this time, Blackbeard still had red hair, and when he saw Ace and Marco, he panicked completely. Unexpectedly, at this time, Marco and Ace have led the white paper flower pirate group to this place. And the most important thing is, the opponent's posture 04 is as if he wants to completely eliminate himself. At this time, Marco and Ace showed a particularly calm look on their faces. Because in the eyes of Marco and Ace, even though the Blackbeard red hair has begun to unite now, their strength is still not great. Compared with their strength, the two of them are like younger brothers. At this moment, Marco raised the triangular fork in his hand high. Advertisement. There was a powerful murderous look in his eyes. I said it long ago, no matter where you go, I will kill you. It is absolutely impossible to give you any living space. I advise you two to surrender obediently. There is no effect in joining forces. You will still be killed by me in the end. Marco's expression showed a particularly tight look, as if he wanted to completely wipe out Blackbeard and the red hair at that moment. Casually combining together can completely wipe out Lei Luo's pirate group in the shortest time. The red-haired shook his head helplessly, his eyes were full of unrest. No more. Will the Marine of the Five Elders come? The same goes for the red-haired pirates. Facing the suppression of such a powerful force from Lei Luo, their eyes revealed a kind of fear. At this time, Blackbeard has red hair, and the expressions of the two of them are not good looking. But now it's completely different. Advertisement. So even though the red hair pirates and Blackbeard pirates have united this time, the strength of the two pirate groups 423 is still not great. And the most important thing is that, our main force has basically been wiped out in that battle. Originally, at the beginning, Hongfa often thought of directly attacking Lei Luo's Chamber of Commerce in Hongfa's field. But unexpectedly, in the end all the subordinates with red hair fell into Lei Luo's trap. Slightly speaking, the whole person's inner world suffered the most serious blow at that moment. This group of guys didn't expect that when they entered this place, they completely entered the opponent's trap. At the beginning, the redhead had exhausted all her strength to persuade the 5 elders to send Marine to unite with her. What about redheads? If it were the previous Blackbeard pirates and red hair pirates, the strength must be very strong. The last time Blackbeard's pirate group was defeated by Marco, now there are only a few useful troops left. When they just reached the place of Lei Luo, they were completely torn apart by these bombs. Advertisement. Chapter 207. The Battle of Dignity, Never Admit Defeat. Advertisement. But I didn't expect that when I went to persuade 5 elders. None of the 5 elders was willing to send Marine to join him against Lei Luo. It was only at that moment that the red-haired inner world suffered the most serious blow. It never occurred to Lei Luo at this time that he had sent Ace and Marco. The people who led the white paper flower pirates arrived at the red-haired domain. And the most important thing is that when seeing the other party's expression, their inner world is full of fear. Because it seems that this guy's physical strength can explode in the shortest time. Ace laughed loudly. Even Kaido is no match for our Lei Luo, just because of you two stinky fish and rotten shrimp. What can you do if you two rotten fish and rotten shrimp join forces? In the end, you will still be wiped out. You are not in front of me, and you have no resistance at all. I can guarantee that you will be completely destroyed within 1 second. At this moment, after Marco finished speaking. Advertisement. Then he ordered his subordinates to attack the forces of the red hair pirates and Blackbeard pirates. Fast enough to be an ultimate. I saw that in an instant, they set up the sky cannon. Then it aimed directly in the direction of the Blackbeard pirates and the red hair pirates. I saw golden lights flashing in the sky. It was only when the golden lights in the sky flashed for a moment. One after another powerful shells hit the direction of the Blackbeard pirates. Absolutely will not lose to the opponent at this time, even if the opponent has a very powerful explosion. Because when I was on that island before, I already felt the suppression of Marco's power. Backquote. Rush forward to me, we must resist them, and we must not let them cause any suppression to us. The eyes of all the members of the Blackbeard pirates revealed a kind of fear. The group of pirates led by this guy are not human at all, and their power explosion is always above themselves. Advertisement. Always in Blackbeard's heart, what they have to do now is to explode their power to the point of ultimate. At this moment, Gecko Moria's eyes revealed a strong killing intent. This time, when Blackbeard met the members of Marco's Legion again, fear was revealed in the eyes of both of them. Because the energy on this guy exploded completely in an instant. Even at that moment, he suppressed all his strength. In the next second, a huge flame flashed in the sky, and this ball of flame hit Gecko Moria's body. Even if the current opponent is a super strong team like Marco and Ace. Just at that moment, the whole person rushed out, and then fought with Marco's personnel. After saying this, Blackbeard ordered the legions under him to start attacking each other. Strong pressure hit these guys. Must Wang Hao wipe out the opponent completely. It's just that when I see the super powerful power of the other party erupting, I will be afraid. Advertisement. Chapter 208. Gecko Moria is defeated in seconds, and the enemy is defeated with one move. Advertisement. The moment such a powerful force hit Gecko Moria, his body could be clearly seen surrounded by flames. Marco exploded the energy in his body to ultimate, and covered his whole body with a powerful armed color. However, at this time, Gecko Moria couldn't resist at all, and was completely beaten back in an instant. It can be clearly seen that the current Gecko Moria is covered with fireballs, and the whole person has been burned. Facing the instant when such a powerful ball of fire was burning, Gecko Moria's eyes showed fear. It never occurred to him that he would be defeated before he could get close to Marco at all. How can such a powerful force engulf his entire world in an instant, suppressing himself? This most powerful force attacked his entire body in an instant. At that moment, what was revealed in his eyes was a kind of empty meaning, and he did not expect the opponent's power to be so powerful. At this moment, Gecko Moria has been completely beaten. It fell directly from a high altitude, and then hit the deck. Advertisement. The muscles and bones of the whole body seemed to be shattered in an instant. When such a powerful pressure began to invade his inner world, he couldn't resist the suppression of this powerful pressure at all. The great sense of fear revealed in the eyes. The opponent's strength is so powerful, I have no way to contact them at all. Horrible. Gecko Moria spoke softly in his own hurt voice. So for just a split second, Blackbeard's eyes were full of disbelief. At this moment, Blackbeard saw his subordinates, and within a second, he was given a second by Marco. Although Hongfa was on that island before, he saw Lei Luo fighting against Kaido. It can be clearly seen that the energy in this guy's body is constantly rising. If it continues like this, don't say that an army AEDC of Blackbeard is not the opponent's opponent. I gave the opponent the most powerful suppression, and within a second, the opponent couldn't react at all. Advertisement. Then it is still impossible to be the opponent of Marco's Legion alone. There was actually a little shock deep in my heart. I never thought that I would meet such a powerful opponent today, even if this opponent beat me once before. Just when Lei Luo's powerful force was suppressed for a moment, Kaido's eyes were full of fear. In just so much time, without seeing Marco's physical strength, he actually got such an explosion. When Lei Luo beat Kaido, all his physical strength exploded in an instant. It was almost at that time that Kaido's physical strength was completely wiped out in an instant. It was at this time that his eyes were full of fear and disbelief. It is now that the Blackbeard pirates have joined forces with the Red Hair pirates. Kaido will not be given any time to react and the opportunity to react. The redhead was also shocked when he saw this scene. Even when fighting Kaido, it's like pinching a paper ball. Advertisement. Chapter 209. The subordinates are still strong, the light of Lei Luo. Advertisement. It is completely impossible to believe that the energy in Lei Luo's body can be so powerful. But even if the energy in Lei Luo's body is so powerful, it's just Lei Luo. What makes the redhead unbelievable now are Lei Luo's two subordinates, Marco and Ace. The energies of these two people are actually so strong that they directly hit Gecko Moria in seconds. Within a second, the whole body was completely on fire, and with one fist, Gecko Moria was gone. Who would dare to believe that such a powerful force burst out from Marco's body? At this moment, all the red-haired people were shocked, and no one dared to go forward to fight. Because these guys know that no matter who it is, if they dare to fight Marco at this time, it is certain that the final end will be similar to Gecko Moria lying on the ground now. Because the opponent's ability seems to be able to explode completely in an instant, giving oneself the greatest suppression. And the most important thing is that when Marco's gold flame burst out just now, Gecko Moria couldn't get close to him at all. Advertisement. At this moment, the red hair began to order his own people, constantly paying attention to the changes around him. All of you paid attention to me, the kid in front of me is very powerful. What I want you to do now is to control everything in a short time, and absolutely not to fall into his trap. Understand. After saying these words, he rushed out completely by himself, his eyes full of killing intent. Because for him, it seems that he doesn't care about the other party's ability at all. And the most important thing is that now Marco's personal strength has also reached an ultimate, and his explosive power is very strong. It's just that when Marco's personal power broke out again, he was suppressed again. At this time, the other party has already felt the suppression of this force from his body, especially fear. Anyone who saw the explosion of Marco's physical strength at this time would look like he couldn't believe it. At this moment, the particles in the air seemed to start to fluctuate. Advertisement. 0. Ask for flowers. It's just that when he suppressed the most powerful force in his body again, the other party was already scared. Marco's physical energy is the most powerful, and one fist can completely wipe out the opponent. At this time, those ninjas have completely entered a state of panic. I can't believe that Lei Luo has so much physical energy at this time. He eliminated all these people in a short period of time, and broke out the strongest pressure in the shortest period of time. The most powerful pressure erupted, and it was enough to attack everyone within a second. At this moment, the redhead and Blackbeard just looked at each other like this, seeing all the changes in each other, completely stunned. The outside of the entire Red Hair Pirates field has turned into a sea of flames, but the interior of the entire Red Hair Pirates field shows a sense of tranquility. The entire Red Hair Pirates area is still peaceful and quiet. When the shocking bird flew by in the sky, everything seemed so peaceful. Everything in the realm of the Red Hair Pirates seems especially serene. Advertisement. Chapter 210. Marco's attack, power suppression. Advertisement. At this time, both Blackbeard and the redhead have been suppressed by the other party. They didn't expect the power of the other party to be so terrifying. The power of Marco and Ace exceeded their imagination. Who would have thought that when these two guys appeared in front of them, they would be suppressed with the most terrifying force? Blackbeard's eyes widened. Did Gecko Moria be given a second by this guy in such a short 167? His power is so terrifying. It just makes people feel a little incredible moment. Blackbeard couldn't believe what he had just seen. All I saw was that Marco's physical strength exploded, and a flame shot towards Gecko Moria. However, at the moment when Gecko Moria had no way to hide, he was suppressed by the most powerful force. A powerful force completely destroyed her whole body. So much so that he didn't have any strength to fight against Gecko Moria in any aspect, and Gecko Moria died. Blackbeard watched all that in the distance. Advertisement. What was revealed in the eyes was an unbelievable look, and I couldn't believe it at that moment. How is it possible? How is it possible to die so quickly? Gecko Moria. What can be clearly seen is his eyes, which are empty and lifeless, as if he has been cursed. The power of the whole person has been completely suppressed, and the power of Marco and Ace is too strong. Soon, Ace once again used his strength to the point of ultimate, and a powerful force once again hit the red hair in the direction. Run. When he saw the red hair for a moment, he immediately gave an order to the person next to him. Let them escape the opponent's attack immediately at this time, if they can't escape. Then you will definitely die in this place. Because now the strength of Marco and Ace has surpassed everyone's imagination. Anyone who sees such a powerful force will feel an inexplicable feeling of fear. Advertisement. This is definitely the suppression of the most powerful force that they have never seen in this life. At this moment, one can clearly see the endless fear in the red-haired eyes. The pupils began to dilate continuously, and the moment the pupils dilated, the whole person began to back away non-stop. This is the most terrifying force, and I have never seen such a powerful force suppressed. Boom. A big explosion not far away could be clearly seen, and the entire ground began to tremble violently. A most powerful force suppressed everyone's bodies in an instant. At this moment, when the flame hit a ship in the distance, the ship sank directly. This greatest force completely controlled everyone's lives in an instant. Who would have imagined that in 5.2, when the flame hit that ship, the whole ship would sink directly? It came from being able to clearly see that the entire sea surface was followed by a violent trembling sound. In a flash of powerful power, everyone's sense of fear was expressed to ultimate. They kept running away. Marco laughed. It's all a bunch of unworthy, hardworking guys. Advertisement. Chapter 211. Power of Ace, Complete Blockade. Advertisement. At this time, Marco has already shown a disdainful attitude towards these people. Because for Marco, these guys have no way to fight against their own, the pirate group. Lei Luo's strength can reach the level of an ultimate in the shortest possible time. These pirate groups, whether it is the Red Hair Pirates or the Blackbeard Pirates, have no way to fight against Lei Luo's White Paper Flower Pirates. These things have no way to fight against him at all. Lei Luo's greatest strength suppressed the opponent in an instant. Because these two guys are just defeated by 04 Lei Luo. Even Kaido, who can turn into a dragon, was completely killed in just one move in front of Lei Luo. When Lei Luo exerted all his strength, Kaido was like a ball of paper in front of him. There is no chance of resistance at all, nor is there any ability to resist. In the shortest time, the strength of his whole body was completely suppressed by the opponent. Advertisement. This time the redhead looked at Blackbeard with horror. Why is the opponent's power so powerful? It's simply terrifying. It didn't occur to me at all. Too powerful force completely suppressed it in a short time. But now he realizes that he was very wrong, when he glued all the strength in his whole body together. But when the Red Hair Pirates united together, they realized that they were not Marco's opponent at all. And the most important thing is that the strength of the opponent seems to be able to reach the level of an ultimate in an instant. It caused endless fear to the other party, and made the other party feel the suppression of the other party's power. Because they know that if they don't run out of this place, they will become the defeat of Marco in the end. At this moment, Marco completely wiped out the strength of Blackbeard's pirate group in the shortest time, and Blackbeard fled again. That time when Marco used all his strength to fight against Blackbeard's pirate group. Advertisement. And when united with the Blackbeard pirates. At this time, Marco didn't have any chance to let them go. In that second, the power of the whole person exploded at once, and the powerful force suppressed the opponent. Originally thought that as long as he united with the red-haired Marine Regiment, he could become his opponent. The pirate heads of the entire Blackbeard started 503 to run for their lives non-stop, trying to escape from this place. Or even just when Marco and Ace started attacking the red-hair pirates guys. Only to find that there is still no way to fight against Lei Luo's pirate group. All these subordinates of Lei Luo's pirate group have a big explosion in physical strength. None of them could resist this guy's attack. It is very likely that they will be completely wiped out by the opponent in an instant, because they don't have any strength to fight against Marco. At the beginning of Liqueur Island, the Blackbeard pirates were attacked by Marco. At first, the redhead thought that as long as he united with the Blackbeard pirates, he would be able to fight against Lei Luo's White Paper Flower Pirates. Advertisement. Chapter 212. Redhead and Blackbeard team up to resist White Paper Flowers. Advertisement. When anyone sees the suppression of such a powerful force, their eyes will be filled with endless fear. Blackbeard took advantage of this gap and yo-yoed directly. Only the redhead was left standing alone, and when the redhead found that Blackbeard had run away, the whole person was very angry. It was agreed to unite together to fight against Lei Luo's pirate group, but I didn't expect this guy to run away. You shouldn't have believed him in the first place. Belief in him will only bring you endless troubles. At this time, the redhead felt very helpless, and felt that he had really paid the wrong price. At the beginning, I thought that as long as I united with Blackbeard's pirate group, I would be able to fight against Lei Luo's pirate group. And Blackbeard's pirate group basically reached the end of the road. Now that he has come to his own territorial waters, he wants to join forces with him to fight against Lei Luo's pirate group. They were originally a pair, brothers in need. Originally thought that if the two pirate groups united, they could deal the strongest blow to Lei Luo. Advertisement. But I didn't expect that when Marco and Ace led the attack by the group of White Paper Flowers. This guy Blackbeard took advantage of the gap and fled directly from this place. This guy is not willing to confess his life here at all. As long as he can survive, he will still have a chance in the future. At this time, Blackbeard started to run away quickly after escaping from this place, without any intention of turning back. He has already sold his partner outright. At this time, these people who followed Blackbeard also wanted to escape by the way, but at this time Marco didn't give him any chance at all. As Lei Luo's chief admiral, his whole physical strength will get the most powerful explosion. When he started to attack the opposite side, the other side had no ability to resist at all. There is no way to carry out any boycott. These guys completely left this beautiful world under a strong flame. Then at this time, the opponent has already started to attack them most powerfully. Advertisement. Marco began to order his men, turned on the artillery, and then aimed directly at the remaining subordinates of the Blackbeard pirate group. Shoot him backquote. As soon as a burst of orders fell, clusters of flames moved towards it, and the pirates attacked it. There was no time or opportunity for the men at Blackbeard to react at all. I only saw a strong beam of light blasting in the sky, and in the next second, these flame groups hit their ships. When these flames landed on these ships, there was a violent explosion. Puffs of gunpowder smoke rose again. Li Wangjiao, these crew members began to use artillery fire to deal the most powerful blow to the opposite side. At this time, the members of the Blackbeard pirates have no way to fight against the members of Lei Luo's pirates. It's just that when these artillery fires started to attack them, they couldn't do anything to resist. A burst of powerful flames hit them like this, and even caused their bodies to start burning violently. Advertisement. Chapter 213. Fire Suppression, Marco's Power. Advertisement. Their lives are once again under the most powerful threat, and anyone who sees all this will have a sense of fear. The entire sky has already been illuminated half red by these burning flames. The suppression and opportunity of such a powerful force is enough to make their lives suffer the most powerful fear. They couldn't believe it at all, they would face such a powerful force at this time, and Lei Luo's power was so terrifying. Run, we're all going to die if we don't. Lei Luo's pirate group is completely insane. One by one, their eyes showed incomparable emptiness. In particular, you can see that the pupils of these guys are watching, constantly expanding. When the pupils dilated for an instant, their entire bodies were suppressed by the most powerful force. It's just too scary. At this time, Marco was already facing all his pirate groups, and began to attack the opponent most powerfully. The cannonballs started one after another like this, and they kept hitting the opponent with the most powerful blows, and the opponent couldn't hide at all. Advertisement. The redhead also started to panic at this time. No one dared to believe in the strength of the other party, there was such a strong suppression. And the most important thing is that when Marco led these pirate groups to attack him with AEBG artillery fire. Such a powerful artillery attack caused the greatest fear in the opponent in the shortest time. When these artillery began to aim at their ship and hit the ship exploded violently. In this way, the whole ship was blown out of a gap. When such a powerful force of the opponent suppresses the opponent in the shortest time. But the speed of the artillery is always much faster than they imagined. But when Marco and Ace came to this place, they were completely suppressed. The eyes of all of them are full of endless fear. Their eyes were full of endless fear, and they began to run away non-stop. At the moment when the two most powerful forces exploded in the sky, a powerful wave began to attack. Advertisement. I don't want to die, I don't want to die. No one dares to believe what they are facing now. Everyone's eyes are full of endless fear. This is their own field. Everyone started to get up straight in an instant, and carried out the final general attack on them. All the red-haired people began to fall into a state of endless panic, and could start running away from their own domains. The other side is simply the devil. When such powerful artillery began to attack their ships, they had no way to escape. And the most important thing is that when Marco and Ace attacked their legion, they had no way to resist at all. Accompanied by a burst of gunpowder smoke, there were various painful sounds. However, at this time, Marco and Ace seemed to have no intention of letting each other go, and continued to order their pirates to attack. It's just that the opponent's strength is really terrifying to an incomparable level. The Devil. Advertisement. Chapter 214. Don't give them a chance, the final attack. Advertisement. No one dares to fight with these two terrifying people. Bunches of powerful flames soared into the sky, and hit the ship in the next second. The entire sea surface trembled violently, and the waves on the sea surface kept beating. A huge wave with a height of more than 3 meters began to hit this place. When that powerful huge wave directly hit these ships, the whole ships began to shake non-stop. It can be clearly seen that when the ship was only hit by such a huge wave this time, it began to capsize directly. Such a powerful force completely suppressed all these ships directly, filling their eyes with endless fear. Go to hell with me. After saying a word, the strength of his whole body once again got a big explosion. Marco hit the lake with a powerful fist. When the biggest fist hit the lake, the entire lake trembled violently. Advertisement. Such a powerful force completely suppressed the past in the shortest time, which made people feel a little scared. Who dares to believe that what they are facing is suppressed by such a powerful force? And the most important thing is that the moment a fist hit the lake, the entire lake trembled violently. At the moment when the entire lake began to create, all the boats on the lake began to shake violently. No one dared to believe that what he was seeing now, Marco, was so powerful physically. Even let them have no time to resist at all, nor any chance to resist. However, at this time, the white paper is within the domain of the pirates. When anyone is facing the suppression of such a powerful force from Lei Luo, their eyes are filled with endless fear. When these most powerful forces began to be suppressed, their eyes were filled with endless fear. Everyone began to shout non-stop. Lei Luo already had an idea in his heart at this time, and this time he sent 2 people, Marco and Ace, to attack the opponent. Advertisement. Lei Luo never put the Blackbeard pirates and Red Hair pirates in his eyes from the beginning to the end. 0. Even though the strength of the previous pirate group was very strong, Lei Luo still didn't pay attention to it at that time. A wave of the most powerful force completely suppressed their lives in the shortest time. All the people in the entire Red Hair pirates began to run away, and they had no way to resist Marco's attack. After Marco made a gesture, all the people began to make a final attack on the opposite side. Everyone rush for me. In this way, they could clearly see that the shells began to explode in the sky one by one. It is estimated that it will not take long to completely wipe out the Blackbeard pirates and the Red Hair pirates. And most importantly, the marines of the entire White Paper Flower pirates began to deal the most severe blows to them. 0. Asking for flowers. When Lei Luo unleashed the most powerful force in his body, the opponent couldn't control the suppression of its force at all. Advertisement. Chapter 215. Lei Luo gets the news, withdraw. Advertisement. No matter when anyone saw the most powerful force erupting from Lei Luo's body, they didn't dare to resist. The power of the opponent can be completely exploded in the shortest time. Presumably Marco and Ace have wiped out Blackbeard's pirate group by now. This time, I want to see how this kid still runs. And at this time, Flo, 273, Yi was still researching pure gold. But even Floy had spent all his knowledge and all his efforts on it. Experienced hundreds of trials and attempts. In the end, there was still no way to resist the most powerful suppression and attack of the opponent, and no one dared to believe all of this. It was as if the other party's power had completely controlled their entire body in the shortest possible time, allowing their lives to come to an end. At this time, Floyd was also particularly distressed. I didn't expect that I have already spent all my strength, and there is still no way to research pure gold. Advertisement. If there is no way to research pure gold, then I may disappoint Lei Luo. What he said is not wrong. From the beginning to now he has gone through thousands of times tens of thousands of experiments. But even though I have gone through so many experiments and efforts, I still can't make myself successful in the end. In any case, there is no way to research pure gold. And at this time Lei Luo received the news that the little girl from theatrical version of Heart of Gold appeared. When Lei Luo heard the news, he immediately sent the order to Marco and Ace. Since it was an order given to him by the president of the Chamber of Commerce, it was impossible for these 33 people not to obey. At this time, Ace and Marco have begun to carry out the final blow to the combined forces of Blackbeard and Red Hair pirates. There are more important tasks to entrust to myself to complete. Is there anything more important than this? When these subordinates heard this order, they were also confused. We'll wipe out the Blackbeard pirates and the Red Hair pirates in no time. Advertisement. So in just a moment, these two guys immediately stopped attacking the remaining red-haired pirates. When Marco accepted this fate, there was an inconceivable look in his eyes. But didn't expect that Captain Lei often asked us to stop attacking the Red Hair pirates and Blackbeard pirates at this time. The president of the Chamber of Commerce has given himself an order to immediately stop the attack on the joint group of Blackbeard and Red Hair pirates. Ready to start the final attack on these two pirate groups. But at this time, they received an order from Lei Luo to stop their attacks on the Blackbeard pirates and Red Hair pirates. Stop attacking and retreat immediately. Stop the attacks on the Blackbeard pirates and the Red Hair pirates immediately. The most important thing to us is the little girl with the heart of gold in the theatrical version. But he heard that when his superior gave him an order, he didn't hesitate at all. More important tasks should also be assigned to them. But at this time, Marco and Ace have nothing to do. Advertisement. Chapter 216. Ace got the order to retreat. Advertisement. Immediately stopped his attack, and began to retreat non-stop. They must completely leave this place in the shortest possible time before they can fulfill the order. Soon, Marco and Ace led their subordinates and left the field of red-hair pirates. Originally, the red-haired marine group had already received the worst blow from the opponent at this time, and the whole heart was a little unbelievable. I really feel that today, no matter what, all forces of the red-hair pirates will be suppressed by the other side. Today of the red-hair pirates, all these subordinates will be completely annihilated by the other side. But what the red-hair CO4 bandits didn't expect was that it was the time when they were facing the most severe attack on themselves. All of a sudden all these soldiers like themselves were transferred from this place. In an instant, the red-hair pirates were completely bewildered. How is it possible? How could they retreat at this time? If they continue to attack us, there is no way for us to resist the other party's attack. Advertisement. In the end what happened? All of these marines throughout the red-hair pirates had a look of comfort on their faces. They originally thought that they had reached the end of their lives today, and they would definitely die in this place today. Because Marco and Ace have already ordered all of them and don't want to make a final attack on them. But even so, there is still no way to make a final attack with the opponent. Then just when all the people in Red Hair Pirates felt hopeless, the other party actually started to withdraw their troops. At that time, everyone will completely leave this beautiful world in this place. At the beginning, he thought that his pirate group would be completely wiped out today. It's just God helping me. But what they didn't expect, and when they felt desperate, the other party had already started to withdraw their troops. At this moment, Marco's eyes also revealed some puzzled meaning. If one survives, there will be future fortunes. Advertisement. In a short period of time, the other party caused the greatest fear to themselves, filling their eyes with endless incredible feelings. It seems that there is no intention of continuing to attack the Red Hair Pirates. Absolutely no one can escape from this place alive. All the people completely left the territory of Red Hair Pirates within the shortest possible time. At this moment, everyone in the Red Hair Pirates couldn't believe what they were seeing. As long as you give us another hour, we can guarantee that all members of the Red Hair Pirates will be completely wiped out. Even the other party has completely left this sea area, and he didn't react at all. All this really shocked the redhead deeply. And the most important thing is that now the other party has completely left this place with all his subordinates. The redhead wept with joy. Ha ha ha, I didn't expect the other party to take us down, and finally left this place. I don't know what is the purpose of the chairman of the Lei Chamber of Commerce to transfer us away from this place this time. There is an inexplicable feeling of excitement and joy in the red-haired heart. Advertisement. Chapter 217. Ready to retreat, the red hair weeps with joy. Advertisement. Yes, he does have the ability to directly wipe out all the people in the red hair pirates in a short period of time. But he didn't expect that just when he was about to launch a final attack on the opponent. The place that was directly transferred by the chairman of the Lei Chamber of Commerce did not allow him to continue attacking. So at this time, his eyes were also full of some puzzled meaning. At that moment, I couldn't believe why I was transferred from this place. Soon they were back in the realm of the white paper flower pirates. When Marco and Ace are back here, report back immediately. Soon Marco Ace came in front of Lei Luo. Looking at the aloof Lei Luo, the hearts of these two people were filled with endless admiration. Why did Guild Master Lei ask us to completely withdraw all our soldiers in the shortest possible time this time? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Advertisement. As long as you give me another hour, I promise to wipe out the entire red hair pirates force completely. At this moment, Lei Luo just smiled slightly, the nerves on his face were extremely calm, without even any fluctuations. Because for Lei Luo, if he really wants to wipe out the red hair pirates' power, he can completely wipe them out on his own. Now it just created the most powerful suppression for them. Let this group of guys feel what real fear is, and let them know what will happen to them against the white paper flower marine group. Now neither the Blackbeard pirates nor the red hair pirates have been hit the hardest. When they faced Lei Luo's most powerful pirate group, everyone's eyes were full of endless fear. Anyone who faces an attack from a powerful pirate group will have endless fear. At this time, Lei Luo smiled slightly at Marco and Ace. You two listen to me, this time there are more important tasks. I've found the theatrical version of the little girl at the Heart of Gold. Now we have to rush to this piece of sea immediately to find the little girl. Only in this way can we get real pure gold. Advertisement. At this moment, when Marco Ace heard what Lei Luo said, the eyes of the two people were full of endless surprises. This is the real surprise. If it is really possible to find real pure gold, then it must be more interesting than completely eradicating the red hair pirates. It was at this time that Marco and Ace knew why Lei Luo had to wait for them to evacuate back in a hurry. This task is definitely more important than all previous tasks. Backquote. Subordinates obey orders. Lei Luo then ordered to all the people present. Marco, Ace, you two immediately follow me to this sea area. Okay. We have to find this little girl in the shortest possible time this time. Marco and Ace looked at each other. The two reached a unified opinion and conditions in an instant. Then prepare like this, and immediately follow Lei Luo to this sea area to find the theatrical version of the girl with the heart of gold Diao. As long as this thing can be found, the strength of the entire pirate group will be greatly improved. Advertisement. Chapter 218. The whereabouts of pure gold, start looking. Advertisement. At this moment, everyone's hearts are filled with endless expectations. They all hope to completely improve their own strength in the shortest possible time. In this case, no matter if any pirate group in the world continues to confront them, they can completely wipe out these pirate groups in the shortest time, and let them know what suppression of power is. Both the Blackbeard pirates and the red hair pirates had previously attacked Lei Luo's pirates. But what they didn't expect was that when Fulu broke out all his power, neither the Blackbeard pirates nor the red hair pirates could offer any resistance. Because they 640 have no way to get close to the powerful force on Lei Luo's body. Start sailing. It can be clearly seen that the entire sea area has undergone violent fluctuations. It's just that when this sea area began to fluctuate violently, all the people started to move towards this sea area. They had to find this little girl of the gold star in the shortest possible time. Advertisement. Because the previous Floyd had exerted all his strength and all his knowledge, he couldn't research the real pure gold. Finally found this thing now. As long as they can find this thing, their bodies will explode. This is certainly something that has never been a problem. In short, when anyone sees all this, their hearts will be filled with a feeling of endless expectation. It was also at that moment that the whole person's inner world once again received the most powerful sense of comfort. At this moment, Lei Luo must also find the little girl of the golden heart of the movie, in the shortest possible time. As long as he can find this little girl, as long as he can get pure gold, then one's own strength will be greatly improved, and the most important thing is that the muscles and veins of the whole body will be penetrated. In this way, you will be able to get the perfect little Zhou Tian. This is the AEFH, true thought in his heart. Soon these people arrived at this piece of sea area and began to survey this place. Advertisement. Listen to me, you two, you must understand all the places in this sea area in the shortest possible time. This time pure gold means a lot to us. Marco and Ace started to search for this place in the shortest possible time. It is also not easy to find things in this sea area in the shortest time. This is definitely the most powerful blow and suppression in history for them. Blackbeard was still running towards this place non-stop at this time. Because for Blackbeard, this time he escaped from this place again, it is very important for him to use this. If it is not at this time to escape from this place, it is very likely that it will be suppressed by Marco and Ace's army. And most importantly, the strength of Marco and Ace has reached the point of ultimate, which is simply impossible for them to resist. This time Blackbeard once again, narrowly escaped death. He considers himself extremely lucky. I'm afraid the red hair pirates have been completely wiped out by the other party now. Advertisement. Chapter 219. Blackbeard flees, quickly evacuate. Advertisement. How could the red hair pirates be Marco's match? At this time, Blackbeard couldn't help but chuckle to himself. Although it is said that the entire Blackbeard pirate group is left alone. But this time, he managed to escape from death by a narrow margin, escaping from that place that filled him with fear. The only thought that Blackbeard can think of right now is that everyone in the Red Hair Pirates has been annihilated by Marco. The last Marco has faced all his dreams and started the final attack on the people in the field of Red Hair Pirates. Such a powerful force suppressed everyone's lives in the shortest possible time. Anyone who sees such a powerful force starting to attack will feel a sense of fear. This is definitely a wave that they have never seen in their life, the suppression and terrorist attack of the most powerful force. Because when they faced the final attack of such a powerful pirate group of Ace and Marco, they were completely disappointed. However, what Blackbeard didn't expect at this time was when Marco and Ace were attacking the red-haired pirates. Advertisement. He actually stopped his attack at the end. And most importantly, everyone in the Red Hair Pirates escaped the final bullet. At this point the redhead faced all of his men directly and started looking for Blackbeard. Find me Blackbeard quickly. This guy sold us again this time, we absolutely cannot let him leave this sea area alive. Blackbeard thought that if he could run away from this place, he could save his life. 0. Asking for flowers. At this point the Red Hair Pirates felt betrayed by their partners. Find out this guy for me immediately, and you must never let him go. At this time, the red-haired struggle time reached a peak, and he could clearly see the infinite anger in his eyes. We must let him catch him in the shortest possible time and completely wipe out this guy. Advertisement. But what they didn't expect was that when Lei Luo subordinates Marco and Ace arrived at the field of Red Hair Pirates. This most powerful murderous aura seems to be able to swallow the whole world in an instant. It can be clearly seen that his whole eyes are full of endless murderous intent. According to his speed, there is no way to escape from this place at this time. Blackbeard simply started fleeing from the place. This was basically the only thought on his mind in the last one. But when he was about to break into that island and keep running away, the red-haired pirates had already chased him. Blackbeard left, and began to flee non-stop after the battlefield. He ordered his crew to move quickly towards an island not far away. In the beginning, the Red Hair Pirates and Blackbeard Marine regiments had united against Lei Luo's pirates. Only if you reach that island in the shortest time can you save your life. This time, he must not be allowed to escape from this place. If he escapes from this place, it will become a joke. 6 of Red Hair Pirates. Advertisement. Chapter 220. Angry Red Hair, looking for Blackbeard. Advertisement. Because this time it was already united with the Blackbeard Marine Regiment at the beginning. The two pirate groups were planning to suppress Lei Luo's pirate group at the beginning. But I didn't expect that when Marco and Ace led the pirates to the red-haired area. Once again their lives were threatened, the worst threats were met with the worst fears. When anyone sees all this in 203, they will feel a sense of inexplicable fear, and they will feel a little incredible. At this time, Blackbeard only wanted to start from this place and evacuate quickly without stopping. Soon, he was getting closer and closer to that island, only more than 40 nautical miles away. It's coming soon. As long as we find that island, we can take back the opponent's attack. This time Marco and Ace must have wiped out all the forces of the Red Hair Pirates. It may not be easy to make a comeback. At this moment, their eyes are full of endless fear. No one dared to believe all this when faced with such a strong pressure. Advertisement. Especially when the Legion forces of Marco and Ace arrived at this place at the beginning. Let their lives suffer the worst blow again. Anyone who sees the suppression of such a powerful force will have a sense of fear when they have already attacked. Lei Luo's Legion dealt the most serious blow and suppression to their identity in the shortest time. Then when Blackbeard came to the island, he found that the whole island had turned into scorched earth. Obviously, a big battle took place on this island not long ago. There has been a battle in this place just now. Could it be that Marco and Ace's pirates found me at this time? The flames started one by one, and spread towards their own place. The eyes are full of the most powerful sense of fear. The other party's people have already started the final attack on her. But just as he was preparing for this moment. Advertisement. If he can make a comeback, he will definitely be able to lead his pirate group to attack Lei Luo's pirate group in the end. I hope I can be in this place in the end, and then make a comeback. Even Gecko Moria couldn't resist the opponent's attacks at all. At this time, Blackbeard could clearly see a little light flashing in the distance. With the last little bit of anticipation, he just waited in this place. Blackbeard immediately found a place to hide, and had to dodge the opponent's attack. Although at the beginning, all the forces of the entire pirate group have been wiped out by Marco and Ace. This may be the only thought in his heart, he hopes to gather all his strength together. 1.3 Otherwise, my life will end completely in this place. It is estimated that no one will come again. At this time, Blackbeard noticed that the flames were spreading towards his own place. Are they ready to attack me again? At this moment, I only hope that I can live, and living is the greatest hope. Advertisement. Chapter 221. A new island, Blackbeard is running around. Advertisement. This is when the opponent combines all his strengths again, causing him fear. When anyone is faced with the suppression of such a powerful force, their eyes are full of disbelief. Because the other party caused the final serious blow to their lives. When this most powerful force began to suppress them, their lives had been completely declared over. However, this is also a pirate group, not someone else's pirate group, this is a red-haired pirate group. Before that, the red-haired marine group and the Blackbeard pirate group joined forces to fight against Lei Luo's pirate group. But unexpectedly, when Marco and Ace, two members of Lei Luo's pirate group, came to this sea area. Before the real battle started, Blackbeard 04 wanted to lead his subordinates to escape from this place. By this time Blackbeard had defected. The most united team, he actually escaped from this place completely at this time. This is one thing that no one can go and endure. So at this time, the redhead must have ordered all his subordinates to find Blackbeard immediately. Advertisement. Search all the places for me, absolutely don't let that kid run away. He's a traitor, he sold us. In this way, the redhead led his own pirate group, and all his subordinates began to look for Blackbeard in this sea area. As long as he finds Blackbeard, he will definitely cut him to pieces. Absolutely will not give this guy any chance of survival, nor will he give him any hope of survival. This guy will be completely wiped out in the shortest possible time, and let him know what real power is. This most powerful force was completely suppressed in the shortest time, causing them fear. In the shortest period of time, it actually caused the most serious blow to his life again. When faced with the suppression of such a powerful force and the threat of life, Blackbeard seems to have understood everything. The red hair pirates were not wiped out by Marco's pirates. Their lives have been completely controlled, and they felt the real power at that moment. Because at the moment when the war started, I completely escaped from this place without any hesitation. Advertisement. However, when he fled from this place for a moment, his life was about to be foreshadowed to end. If he was found by the red hair pirates at this time, then he would definitely be cut to pieces. It hasn't been completely wiped out. When anyone sees this pirate group, they will feel a little unbelievable and have an inexplicable sense of fear. At this time, Blackbeard couldn't believe that it was the red hair pirates who were looking for him. Blackbeard didn't dare to make any noise at this time, he knew that the other party must be looking for him. Such a powerful force has caused endless fear in their lives. And 957 and the most important thing is that it seems that the power is not small at all. Totally impossible. Could they beat Marco and Ace? Blackbeard thought 10,000 times and couldn't figure it out. Why are the people from the red hair pirates still alive at this time? What? Someone from the red hair pirates? At this time, Blackbeard hid in a dark corner, not daring to show his head or make any sound. Advertisement. Chapter 222. Suppressed by the strongest force, Blackbeard hides. Advertisement. Blackbeard was trembling all over, hiding in a corner and not daring to come out. Because he knew that the red-haired pirate group had already started to hunt him down in the red-haired area. If he appeared in front of these teenagers of red-hair pirates now, he would definitely be strangled by them. If it is said that the Blackbeard pirates were very powerful before they left, they are not afraid of the mere red-haired forces at all. But now it's completely different. Blackbeard's pirate group has been completely scared by Marco and Ace. Even Gecko Moria was taken down in one move in front of Marco. Blackbeard is now somewhat isolated and helpless. Even if he wants to fight against the other party, it is completely impossible. Search it carefully for me, absolutely not let Blackbeard escape. The boss has issued an order, this guy has completely betrayed us. Leave Blackbeard alone, all of us have nothing to eat. Quote. It can be clearly seen that their hands are surrounded by various guns facing all of this. Advertisement. Continue to be vigilant about changes in the surrounding environment, and if there is any disturbance, they will fire in this direction. Blackbeard just hid in that corner, trembling, not feeling any behavior or movement. All the people are so closely watching all these changes to prevent some accidents from happening. Suddenly, a black shadow jumped out of the unbearable pile of firewood. When the red-haired man saw this black shadow, the final order was issued. I saw a black shadow, it must be Blackbeard, brothers chase after me. After hearing an order, all the red-haired subordinates held the guns in their hands and began to shoot infinitely in the direction of that black shadow. There was a burst of fire in the sky. In the next second, countless shells hit in that direction. The speed was so fast that it was unbelievable. When Blackbeard saw this, he was overjoyed. Advertisement. I thought that my life was about to end today, but I didn't expect it to usher in a turning point. Just at this time, life once again got a spin, and the depths of my heart were filled with infinite joy. Ha ha ha, if these boys search more carefully, they might fall into their hands tonight. Backquote. But it is completely impossible now, I chased after that shadow, and now my life has been liberated. Thinking of this, Blackbeard crawled out from the pile of firewood. His whole body was covered with dirt, and when he crawled out from the pile of firewood, he couldn't believe it. His whole body is filled with a powerful energy, but unfortunately, he is only left alone now. All his subordinates Zhao's died in the battle with Marco and Ace in the red hair field. He didn't leave any trace of life for himself, and let all his forces be wiped out in an instant. When such a powerful force attacked towards his side, his eyes were empty. However, at this time, Lei Luo led Marco and Ace to a new land, looking for the maker of pure gold. Advertisement. Chapter 223. Looking for the little girl, find Lord Lantern. Advertisement. In the eyes of these guys, they had to find that little girl in a short time. Only in this way can it be guaranteed that Lei Luo's strength can be greatly improved in a short period of time. This is a fact that exists, and the current Lei Luo has begun to order everyone now. All of you are patrolling this area of the sea all the time, and you must never let go of any trace. You can find that little girl for me. Only in this way can we guarantee that we can find the pure minister in the shortest possible time. It can be clearly seen that Lei Luo's expression is especially 350 serious. Deep in the heart of the whole person, there is a strong motivation. At this time, Marco has already existed in the sky for his whole life, using his own powerful light source to keep an eye on the changes in the surrounding environment. Lord Lantern. When Marco inspected this moment with his light eyes in the sky, he saw a familiar figure. Advertisement. This familiar figure is Lord Lantern. When Marco inquired about this shadow, Ace and Lei Luo next to him also reacted instantly. No AEDH is wrong, it is Lord Lantern, he is the maker of pure gold. Now we have to do everything we can to get into his stomach to find pure gold. It really doesn't take much effort. It flew directly into Lord Lantern's mouth like a fly, and began to search for pure gold. Many people will feel a little unbelievable, they will have an inexplicable shocking feeling, and they can't believe this power. Especially Lei Luo, like a bolt of lightning, flew directly over within a second. There was even a foul smell coming from the stomach, but these three guys were really unbearable. Especially at this time, Ace couldn't help covering his nose with one hand, showing a particularly uncomfortable look. At this moment, Lei Luo just smiled slightly, without any fluctuation of emotion on his face. At this moment, Lei Luo arrived next to Mr. Lantern and instantly shrunk 100 times in size. Advertisement. At this moment, one can clearly see the red organs in Mr. Lantern's stomach constantly surging. At this time, they finally found the target they wanted to attack, and everyone's physical strength exploded. It stinks too. In the end, it flew directly into Lord Lantern's stomach at a very fast speed, without giving the other party any chance to react. Their speed was as fast as three shadows, passing through the sky, reaching the ultimate speed. This smell is really too foul. Mr. Lantern was still drinking water at this time, and he never thought that three guys had already entered his stomach. At this time, Ace and Marco did not hesitate at all, and instantly shrunk their bodies by 100 times. President Lei, we must find all of this in a short time. Only in this way can we quickly escape from this stomach. After Lei Luo finished speaking, both Marco and Ace showed joy on their faces at this moment. The expression on his entire face was not very good looking, and he was instantly suppressed by the most powerful pressure. Advertisement. Chapter 224. Fierce artillery fire, sleepless. Advertisement. Lei Luo's heart is clearer than anyone else's. What Mr. Lantern has in his stomach must be pure gold, so he must find this pure gold. After finding pure gold, one's personal physical strength will get the biggest explosion in a short time. At that time, after the most powerful eruption of his ability, no pirate group can still fight against him. Not to mention the alliance between the Red Hair Pirates and the Blackbeard Pirates, even all the pirates are not their opponents. There are also those Marines, because the strength of those Marines united by the general is impossible to fight against himself. Five Elders' military power, how could it be possible to use a real confrontation with themselves? Then there is no way to fight against oneself in a real sense. The strength of Five Elders Marine is indeed very strong. But when they confronted themselves in a real sense, they would still be taken down by themselves. The moment the most powerful force falls on them, the life of this person is basically heralded to end. Marco, turn on the light. Advertisement. Lei Luo gave the order, and at this moment, Marco turned on his own lights without any hesitation. This is the moment when he turned on the light, a hint of darkness was revealed in Mr. Lantern's belly. But in the deepest part of the stomach, in the stomach area, one can find a yellow golden light shining. It's just that when Lei Luo saw this yellow golden light, he knew that this yellow golden light must be pure gold. Otherwise, it is impossible to have such a problem. We've found pure gold, but he never thought that there are actually three people in his stomach, one is Lei Luo, the other is Ace, and the third is Marco. The moment Mr. Lantern drank the mouthful of hot water, a powerful heat flow rushed towards Marco, Ace and Lei Luo. At this time, he just felt that his stomach hurt so badly, as if someone was rolling in his stomach. It was as if several villains started to roll in his stomach, which made his stomach feel particularly uncomfortable. 0.0. He could clearly feel a powerful force surging in his stomach just now. Advertisement. Get me some water quickly. Originally, at the beginning, he thought that all of this was just a habit, just because his stomach ate something bad. Mr. Lantern clutched his stomach fiercely, and there was disbelief in his eyes, and the expressions on his entire face were all tense. At this moment, Lord Lantern felt a surge in his stomach. It hurts. Ha ha ha. As long as you find this pure gold, then President Lei, your physical strength will increase. After saying this, all the people started to walk towards this place, and they were all looking forward to it. After Master Lantern got the cup of hot water, he gulped it down. 0. Ask for flowers. Okay, it's too powerful. After Mr. Lantern gave the order, someone immediately brought him a cup of hot water. At this time, Ace also couldn't wait to run towards the beam of gold light source. Advertisement. Chapter 225. Looking for pure gold, enter Lord Lantern's belly. Advertisement. It directly knocked out the minds of these three people. At this moment, Marco only felt that his mind had encountered the most powerful murderous intent. At this time, Marco smelled a strong stench from his nose, and he felt incredible. This stinks. Lei Luo's car doesn't care about all this at all, he has to get pure gold in a short time. Only by obtaining pure 7 to 80 gold can the energy in one's body be improved to the greatest extent in a short period of time. This is the only real thought in Lei Luo's heart, he must get this pure gold. Being able to clearly see the energy in his body, he once again got the biggest explosion, and began to grope towards the direction of pure gold. Soon the three of them arrived at the pure gold inlay. It can be clearly seen, but there is a wooden box not far from them, and the wooden box emits a golden light. When Lei Luo saw this powerful beam of light for a moment, he knew that the pure gold must be inside. Advertisement. Lei Luo's eyes were filled with a powerful force, and he looked at all this like this. I found it, I finally found it. Just after saying this sentence, Lei Luo has already started to move in this direction. With the greatest strength in his whole body, he began to hold the wooden box tightly. But even if he has already held the wooden box very firmly, he can use his strength to the ultimate. After all, there is no way to take this wooden box out of the inlaid place. How can it be? When Ace and Marco saw this scene, they also felt a little unbelievable. And at this moment, the two of them brought their full strength into play together. Gathering the strength thoroughly like this, I started to take a wooden box with Lei Luo. But even with the outbreak of such a force, there is still no way to take out the 10 wooden boxes. Impossible, absolutely impossible. Advertisement. Both Marco and Ace were a little shocked when they saw all this. They have already exerted their greatest strength, but they still can't take out this wooden box. When I saw all this, I was hit hardest again deep in my heart. Lei Luo fused all the spiritual power of his whole body together. When the spiritual power was fused together, the strength in the body once again got the biggest explosion. It can be clearly seen that his body has been covered with a powerful Haki armed color. But even at this moment, Lei Luo's body was covered with the most powerful Haki armed color. But there is still no way to get that golden wooden box out of the meeting place. But when the three of them gathered their 5.3 power together, Mr. Lantern only felt a pain in his stomach. This kind of pain was like overwhelming pain, which made my whole stomach a mess. He couldn't take it anymore when such a powerful force began to attack the inside of his stomach. Just like this, he began to squeeze his two huge fists, hammering his stomach non-stop. Advertisement. Chapter 226. Strong pressure control, causing panic. Advertisement. The moment the two huge fists slammed onto the stomach, the whole stomach began to shake. It can be clearly seen that his stomach is starting to take place, and it is constantly surging. At this time, Lei Luo, Marco and Ace were holding the wooden box tightly in his stomach. But even if he had exerted all his strength, he still couldn't take out the wooden box. What was revealed in their eyes was incredible, and they couldn't believe what they had just done. Oops, now he already feels O4's stomach hurts, and he has already started to attack us. If it continues like this, it's not a solution, and it's impossible to take out this gold box. There was an unbelievable feeling on his face, and the strength of the whole day was suppressed most powerfully. Marco shrugged, and then said, if we want to take out this gold box, we must kill Lord Lantern. Otherwise, the cohesion in his body has always been inlaid with this box. Even if we exert all our strength, there is no way to get this box out. Advertisement. The power of this box has reached the highest level, and we have absolutely nothing to do. Marco and several other people looked at each other, and they also knew that there was no way to take out the box now. They also knew that what was contained in this gold box must be pure gold, which was researched by Mr. Lantern. Killed. At this moment, just when Lei Luo gave the final order, the three of them rushed out of his stomach. Then he faced this huge guy directly, with a murderous look on his face. When Master Lantern saw Marco, Lei Luo and Ace, he felt the threat of all this. They also knew that this guy also dealt them the worst blow at this time. Lord Lantern just stared at him closely, and the three people he saw revealed a powerful murderous aura. You guys must have been in my stomach just now. Advertisement. It hurts me so much. To take pure gold out of my stomach is simply fantastic. At this time, Mr. Lantern, the energy in his entire body was together, and he got the biggest explosion. A powerful force began to hit in the direction of Marco, Ace and Lei Luo. The speed is so fast that it is an ultimate place, basically they don't have any reaction time at all, and the 753 has no reaction ability. However, at this time, Lei Luo's entire body was covered with the most powerful Haki armed color. When this Haki armed color shines on his body, the power of his whole body explodes in an instant. Hot punch. A most powerful force came out from his fist, and he hit the opponent like this. The speed is so fast that it is an ultimate place, leaving the opponent with no time or ability to react at all. It's just that when an iron fist hit Mr. Lantern with a burst of flame, the opponent couldn't resist at all. Advertisement. Chapter 227. Trembling occurs, everyone fears. Advertisement. A most powerful force hit him fiercely like this. There was only a violent sound in the air. Boom. When this most powerful force began to attack this guy's world, his whole body flew out like this. He was completely unable to resist the suppression and blow of such a powerful force from Lei Luo, completely bewildered him. Lord Lantern's whole body began to retreat backwards non-stop, and finally pushed directly to a corner. The powerful strength of the opponent caused him the greatest threat and attack at that moment. When his whole body started to retreat non-stop, it was likely that he hit the floor behind him. The whole person collapsed suddenly. What? The pupils of Mr. Lantern reveal infinite impossibility, and White's pupils are still shining. What was revealed in the eyes of the whole person was inconceivable, and he directly punched himself out without expecting a force. Advertisement. Funniest scandalous historical photos. Europress. The opponent's hot fist. Mixed with a stream of the most terrifying heat, it attacked towards this place. However, he didn't react at all. Why the opponent's strength reached such a terrifying level in such a short period of time? At this moment, his entire body was completely enveloped. No one dared to believe that Lei Luo's power had reached such a terrifying level. But the moment he swung his fist out, a powerful flame had already hit Lord Lantern in the direction. When that powerful flame touched the opponent's body, the entire land began to undergo drastic changes. It can be clearly seen that the particles in the entire air are constantly fluctuating. No one dared to believe that such a powerful force began to attack the opponent's body. When they faced the attack of the most powerful force, their entire bodies were greatly touched. Just like that, he stared wide-eyed at what happened in the distance. The same goes for Marco and Ace. Advertisement. They knew how powerful the president of the Chamber of Commerce was, but they didn't expect Lei Luo to be so powerful. It's literally one-punch man. Just hit it with a fist, and then wiped out the opponent directly. Even Lord Lantern didn't have any reaction time and ability to react at all just now. He was attacked and suppressed by the most terrifying force, and his entire body was hit. At this moment, the other side sighed. In the next second, when Mr. Lantern exhaled a burst of blood again, his whole nasal cavity revealed a smell of blood. Immediately afterwards, the whole body collapsed like this. When this huge body fell down for a moment, Nengwin the king could find that the surrounding places trembled violently. Lord Lantern completely left this beautiful world. Lei Luo once again exploded the power in his body to the point of ultimate, and the whole person flew into Lord Lantern's stomach once again to recognize him. Now it finally wiped out the other party. When Marco and Ace saw that Lei Luo had just eliminated Mr. Lantern with one punch, they both felt a little incredible. Advertisement. Chapter 228. Instantly kill Lord Lantern, looking for pure gold. Advertisement. Then just like this, he followed Lei Luo and flew into the opponent's stomach. When two people flew into each other's stomach together, they caused the most serious blow to each other. Soon they came again, in the glowing wooden box before. When it came to the box, the three of them gathered together again, and their strength was tightly connected to form a golden wooden box. When the power of three people reaches ultimate, the wooden box was removed from the place where it was inlaid. A beam of powerful golden light illuminates the entire stomach. Holding this wooden box, the three of them flew out of Mr. Lantern's belly again. 447. At last he found pure gold. It seems that this wooden box with golden light, whether it is Marco or Ace, has revealed a strong joyful memory on the face. Especially Ace will become a little excited now. Advertisement. However, there is actually a reason why Ace became so excited at this time. All the power of the entire white paper flower pirates has been used together before, hoping to find pure gold. Or be able to research pure gold in the shortest possible time. Even the strongest brains in his own team, there is no way to research pure gold. In the end, it was just the moment when this wooden box was taken out. On Lei Luo's whole body, a powerful Haki armed color was created again, and the strength reached ultimate. When he chopped off his palm, the entire wooden box was completely opened. There was actually a person inside the wooden box. This man is the father of the little girl. That is, the developer of the previous pure gold. When Lei Luo, Ace, and Marco saw this guy, their bodies couldn't help trembling. These people originally thought that there would be someone else in their stomachs, but they didn't know until they saw all this. Advertisement. It turns out that the one in the stomach is Aebj, the little girl's father, the former developer, who is also the father of the little girl in the theatrical version of Heart of Gold. When the little girl's father saw these three people, his heart was filled with gratitude. Originally, when I was swallowed into my stomach by Mr. Lantern, I was locked in this wooden box. My freedom has been restricted for a long time, and I have no way to go anywhere. Every day, he smelled that stench in his stomach. Let my whole body be subject to the most powerful suppression, or the little girl's father can't believe that he can still survive. But I didn't expect that when I had lost hope for life, a person came here suddenly. And directly killed Lord Lantern. Take yourself out of the stomach. There was a powerful look of joy on the face of the little girl's father. Special thanks to you. If it wasn't for you, I might have been locked up in Lord Lantern's belly for the rest of my life. I have to smell those foul smells every day, and I really can't bear it anymore. His physical strength has once again reached the level of ultimate, and his heart is filled with anticipation. Advertisement. Chapter 229. How to make pure gold. Look for pressure. Advertisement. Lei Luo's expression was calm, because Lei Luo knew that he had rescued the little girl's father this time. Even if you can't get pure gold directly in the shortest time. But as long as there is a little girl's father, then maybe you can get the method of making pure gold. Just at this time, the little girl's father condensed all his spiritual power together, and in the next second spit out a golden thing from his mouth. And then just straight handed it over. You guys saved me this time, I am willing to give this pure gold to you. Oh. When Marco, Ace and Lei Luo heard this sentence, I just felt my whole body trembling violently. What the little girl's father never expected was that she was rescued directly by the other party at this time, and she actually got the hope of life. Since the other party has saved himself, then he must give the other party a certain reward. So at this time, the little girl's father directly handed over the pure gold he developed to the three people. Advertisement. After Lei Luo saw this pure gold, there was a strong sense of joy in the eyes of the whole person, and it really didn't take much effort. It turns out that at the beginning, Lei Luo felt that he just saved the little girl's father, and he could only get the production method later. But I didn't expect the other party to give me the pure gold directly. Lei Luo just picked up this one and studied it carefully again. It can be clearly seen that this pure gold is not real pure gold, but mixed with a certain proportion of high purity silver. His heart was filled with the feeling of endless expectations. In this way, he raised this pure gold over his head, and studied it carefully with light shining through it. Then from now on, no pirate group can still fight against Lei Luo's pirate group. It was stopped directly by Lei Luo. It seems that this time I made a decision, and finally there was no mistake, and I finally gave myself a reward. Now I have finally obtained pure gold. With this pure gold, the energy in my body will be greatly improved. They felt that it was indeed a pity if Blackbeard and Redhead were eliminated directly. Advertisement. Soon everyone started to help. At least my strength will be greatly improved. Lei Luo told them that there were more important tasks to be done, so the two had to withdraw. 0. Ask for flowers. Before that, Ace and Marco had led Marine from the white paper flower pirates to the field of red hair pirates. When he thought of this, he felt an inexplicable joy in his heart. Blackbeard and Redhead have been completely suppressed, leaving them no way to resist. It only takes half an hour at most to completely solve the Blackbeard red hair. In the shortest time, Marco and Ace retreated all these subordinates who suppressed themselves in the red-haired field. However, just when Marco and Ace were about to launch the final attack on Blackbeard and Red Hair. When he carefully studied the contents of this pure gold, his whole body trembled unceasingly. This thing can bring oneself the strongest sense of security and the most powerful sense of charm. 0. Advertisement. Chapter 230. Get the production method and escort the little girl. Advertisement. What they didn't expect was to directly retreat all the previous subordinates and evacuate quickly. Soon came to a new sea area, and began to look for the movie version of the little girl with the heart of gold. Finally, the little girl's father was found in the belly of the lantern. Now everyone's heart is full of endless expectations. And at this moment, Lei Luo came directly to the side of the little girl's 230 father, his eyes full of strong anticipation. We rescued you this time, and we need one more thing, which is the method of making pure gold. When the little girl heard these words, she didn't hesitate at all, and then directly told Lei Luo how to make pure gold. Lei Luo quickly mastered the method of making pure gold. Lei Luo felt an inexplicable sense of anticipation deep in his heart, and he never thought that he would directly get the method of making pure gold. With this thing, not only the consciousness can improve the strength, it can even boost the energy in the bodies of Marco and Ace. Advertisement. These two guys have been in the vein now, if it is said that they can get pure gold again. Then the physical energy of these two guys can get the biggest explosion, and maybe they can directly break through in a short time. As long as the strength is broken through, then the whole strength of oneself will get the highest improvement in a short time. All of this is possible. And at this moment, Lei Luo remained where he was, and got the biggest boost to his strength. His whole body began to be enveloped, with the most powerful Haki armed color, and all the muscles and veins in his body began to penetrate. When Lei Luo's physical strength erupts for a moment, it can bring people the most powerful suppression. It was only when he could clearly see that the strength of his body began to rise continuously. It was such a powerful force that exploded his entire body to the maximum. The strength of Lei Luo's whole body got the most powerful explosion at one time. When he condensed all this force together and solved everything, his whole body was satisfied. Advertisement. And in the next second, the most powerful force erupted from his whole body again, when a force began to fluctuate. There was a look of joy on his face, and all this was finally resolved. The surrounding land began to tremble violently. 3.6. It can be clearly seen when he swallowed this pure gold into his stomach for a moment. The power of the whole person was once again condensed together, and the spiritual power reached the highest level. His hands were brought together like this. Can be clearly felt. Xiao Zhodian is finally perfect. Anyone who saw the most powerful force in his body burst out would feel a little incredible. The toughness of his whole body has been opened up. When he came out of this place once again, his strength was maximized. As long as he speeds up his pace, he can reach the perfection of Xiao Zhodian. Advertisement. Chapter 231. Power explodes, Xiao Zhodian is consummated. Advertisement. It never occurred to him that in such a short period of time, he could once again obtain the greatest improvement in his strength. Marco and Ace watched it all. What is revealed in the eyes is still an unbelievable expression, and I can't believe all this happened. I didn't expect that Lei Luo has already reached the point of perfect little Zhou Tian, and even the big Zhou Tian is still a little short of this. That's right, the president of the Lei Chamber of Commerce is really too powerful. Of course, Marco and Ace are full of endless admiration for the president of the Chamber of Commerce in front of them. Before, the president of the Chamber of Commerce was able to instantly kill Kaido within the waters of the Land of Fire. 04. Even in Changji, who is capable of transforming into a dragon-like guy, the strong person flies into the sky for a moment. Lei Luo's fiery fist struck out like this, and a powerful force attacked the opponent. When this most powerful force starts to move towards the opponent's body, the opponent has no way to resist and resist. Even with Kaido's power, the strong have been completely suppressed by Lei Luo like a paper dumpling. Advertisement. There is no way for the opponent's strength to explode. Congratulations, Chairman Lei. Congratulations, Chairman Lei. The eyes of Malik and Ace are full of endless anticipation. Lei Luo's power is simply too strong. Now, in such a short period of time, he has directly reached the realm that Xiao Zhodian is about to break through. It can be clearly seen that the power on his body has been exploded to the maximum, and the whole place has started to normalize. Once done, Marco Ace hit the ground running. Lei Luo's strength has reached the ultimate step in the shortest time, bringing people a kind of fear of constantly believing. But Lei Luo's calm expression did not show any fluctuations. The little girl and the little girl's father just stared at Lei Luo with big eyes. 560 The little girl's teary eyes just stared at Lei Luo closely. Advertisement. Okay, don't worry, we will definitely send the two of them back safely, there is absolutely no chance of any accidents. I am going to escort the little girl and the little girl's father back directly. The sea water in the entire sea area is beginning to fluctuate non-stop, and you can see huge waves one after another, just hitting them like this. Even though the little girl had exerted her strength to the point of ultimate, she still couldn't see the person in front of her clearly. Then he obeyed, as if hoping to see something from Lei Luo. Marco and Ace nodded. The moment he rose successfully, a huge fist hit the sea again. Soon Lei Luo calmed down everyone, and then said to Marco and Ace, I will give you two final orders now, and I will send the little girl and the little girl's father to each other immediately. Go back. This boy who seems to be only 17 or 18 years old can reach such a high level of physical strength in such a short period of time. This is simply too outrageous. Lei Luo rose into the air by himself. All people started to evacuate from this place. Advertisement. Chapter 232. Investigate the whereabouts of Mithril, attack with all your strength. Advertisement. The moment the fist was hit, the entire sea surface experienced huge fluctuations, and the seawater in the ocean began to surge continuously. All the power began to generate towards one place in this way, and no one dared to believe it. The entire sea area began to fluctuate non-stop, and there were two square boats parked in the distance. It was just the moment when Lei Luo used his power to ultimate and hit a fist on the sea area. Those ships also began to surge continuously, and the power of the ships was completely suppressed. Such a powerful force erupted again in the shortest time, causing the most serious panic in their lives. Ha ha ha, finally got it, pure gold. With this pure gold, now I have reached the strength close to the great Zhou Tian. No leader of any pirate group can stand against me. Lei Luo was right, if it is said that Blackbeard and Red Hair pirates unite again at this time and continue to attack Lei Luo's pirate group. Then Lei Luo doesn't need Marco and Ace to act with him at all. Advertisement. Just relying on his own strength, the Blackbeard pirates and the Red Hair pirates could be wiped out completely. They will not be given any chance to react and the ability to resist. Lei Luo's physical abilities are constantly rising. At this time, Lei Luo needs to find Mithril by himself. Only if you find Mithril, or maybe you can bring a force of suppression to yourself in a short time. Mithril is very important to me. In the field of Red Hair pirates thoroughly wanted Blackbeard as a collaborator of Red Hair pirates. Therefore, he had to reach the golden land of Tesoro immediately in a short time. Even Gecko Moria went up and had a round of confrontation with Marco, and finally left the beautiful world completely. This is a fact. Only in this way can you guarantee your own life will not be in any danger, and will not be in danger of any harm. The two pirate groups have reached a unified cooperation condition, and they will definitely launch a final attack on Lei Luo's pirate group. Advertisement. In the beginning, whether it was the Red Hair pirates or the Blackbeard pirates, Blackbeard still hid in that island alone, staring at the changes in the surrounding environment all the time. They must completely suppress the strength of the opponent Zhao in the shortest possible time. He also knew that the Mithril was in the hands of a subordinate of the Golden Land Tesoro, and this subordinate often offered silver to the Golden Land Tesoro. Only in this way can one find Mithril in the shortest possible time and ensure the birth of energy in one's body. Because both the Red Hair pirates and the Blackbeard pirates have been attacked by Lei Luo's pirates, Mithril must be in this guy's hands. At this moment, Blackbeard abandoned the Red Hair and started running away. He sold his entire team directly. Now all these minions of the Red Hair pirates have started giving orders. Every time he sees all this, he feels that his strength should get the biggest explosion in the shortest time. And at this time, advertisement. Chapter 233. Continue to hunt down Blackbeard. Blackbeard is hiding. Advertisement. The red-haired person's anger value reached a peak. I saw him take a bite, and there was a strong murderous look in his eyes. Don't let me catch that stinky Blackbeard. If I catch him, I'll tear him apart. However, at this time Blackbeard is still running away from this place. Even Blackbeard didn't expect that the other party's pressure would be so strong, causing him the greatest fear. The strength of Blackbeard's entire body was under the most powerful suppression, and he kept running away. At this time, Blackbeard hid in the island, looked at these red-haired subordinates, and began to continuously attack a black shadow in the distance. Still keep attacking. This is one of the red-haired subordinates saying. 640 inches. The one who ran past just now was just a wild dog. Didn't realize it wasn't Blackbeard. When this subordinate gave an accurate reply, the red-haired chasers were a little unbelievable. It turned out to be just a wild dog. Advertisement. Ha ha ha. I didn't think it was just a wild dog, who did I think it was? But it doesn't matter anymore. Since it's a wild dog, it won't be a problem at all. After finishing these words, all the people in the entire Red Hair Pirates began to evacuate. At this time they must leave this place in the shortest possible time, and immediately go to other places to look for Black Humian. The Redhead has issued the final order: if they can't find Blackbeard, they will all die. Blackbeard had touched the Redhead's last chord. At this moment, all the people began to search for Blackbeard non-stop, and when they saw a place with a shadow of black, they would start to strike at that place non-stop. Absolutely no one will be left alive. Soon everyone in the Red Hair Pirates evacuated the island. They started looking for the past elsewhere. They had to find this guy elsewhere. However, Blackbeard at this time didn't care about all of this at all. His entire body was covered in dirt. Finally, when he crawled out of that place, he took a sharp bite, and his expression was not good looking. Advertisement. I didn't expect that I, Blackbeard, would be hunted down not only by Lei Luo's pirate group, but also by the red-haired pirate group. Where there is life, there is hope. One day I will let all of you know what my Blackbeard strength is. Being able to clearly see Blackbeard, the strength of the whole person has been improved one at a time. Although it is said that all these subordinates of his have been killed by Lei Luo's subordinates this time. Even Gecko Moria was wiped out by Marco in an instant. At that moment, his entire inner world was suppressed by the most powerful force, which made him feel incredible. But it doesn't matter. Now Blackbeard knows that the only way for him now is to be able to find pure gold. If you can find pure gold, then the ability in your body will also be greatly improved. The strength of the whole person will also be improved. As long as he can find these things at that time, whether it is Lei Luo's pirate group or the red-haired pirate group, he will be fine. Advertisement. Chapter 234. Blackbeard seeks help and escapes with all his might. Advertisement. Because if the two pirate groups attack him at that time, then he can completely take them down relying on his own ability. Use one of the greatest abilities to completely wipe them out. As long as his own strength can break through Xiaojodian, then Lei Luo is also vulnerable in front of him. Blackbeard has now gathered all his spiritual power together, and his next goal is to find pure gold. At this time, the red hair is in his headquarters. The redhead was holding a cup in his hand, and was drinking the strong wine in the cup. And at this moment, a person rushed in impatiently outside the door. Boss, we have searched the entire sea area, but we haven't found Blackbeard at all. When hearing the news, the red hair threw the cup in his hand like this, and when the cup was thrown out, it hit the floor hard. Only a bang was heard. In the next second, that cup was broken into pieces. The redhead had already begun to bristle with anger. Advertisement. It was revealed in the eyes of his whole person, a murderous cohesion of blood red, reaching an ultimate. Blackbeard got away. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. In such a short period of time, if he says he wants to escape from my domain of red hair pirates, it is absolutely impossible. 11. Which island must he be living in? When I said this sentence, the redhead went into battle himself. He had to find Blackbeard immediately in a short time, and then wipe out this guy completely. This guy has hit his bottom line. Redheads hate people who don't keep their promises. Originally, when the red hair was just beginning to prepare to attack the Chamber of Commerce station of Lei Luo's pirate group in the field. He has already fused all his forces together, and Lei Luo must be wiped out. But his red hair gathered all his forces together, preparing to attack the Chamber of Commerce station by Lei Luo's pirate group. But all of them fell into each other's trap. Advertisement. When he led these people into Lei Luo's Chamber of Commerce station to prepare to attack, he was rejected. 0. Asking for flowers. One after another, the shells sounded like this. When these loud shells sounded for a moment, they were shocked directly. All of them will feel a little incredible, and they will all have an inexplicable shocking feeling. These people from the Red Hair Pirates completely entered the opponent's circle and were completely defeated by the opponent. Oh. Red Hair has already vowed that he must gather this power in a short period of time, and then make a complete counterattack. As long as there is Lei Luo, then his pirate head will never be able to make his mark. At the beginning, it was already united with Blackbeard's pirate group and was preparing to attack Lei Luo's pirate group. Originally, he thought he had found the most powerful backer, but when he and Blackbeard were preparing to launch the most powerful attack on the opponent. But Blackbeard, who didn't think of this, fled directly from this place, and left himself where he was. Every time he thought of this, he would clench his teeth tightly, wishing to beat Blackbeard to pieces. Advertisement. Chapter 235. Strike Blackbeard, the redhead moves again. Advertisement. All attack. The red-haired man's eyes showed a powerful murderous look, and he led his subordinates to continue searching for Blackbeard. Blackbeard must be wiped out. This is a fact. He transferred the 3 pirate ships, and spread out in the sea like this. Borrowing the moonlight, the nerves on the red-haired person's face reached an ultimate level of 990, just staring at his subordinates like this. Then he said to them, all of you listen to me, even if you dig 3 feet, you must find Blackbeard for me. This guy is not dead, it's hard to quell the hatred in my heart. When a strong sea breeze blows from the air, it blows directly on the fever. The hair of his whole body began to fluctuate with the sea breeze. However, at this time, these subordinates under his hand began to be arrogant. If it was the previous Blackbeard pirate group, maybe they didn't dare to fight against Blackbeard's pirate group at all. Advertisement. After all, the previous Blackbeard pirates were very powerful. The red hair pirates aren't necessarily Blackbeard's counterparts. But unexpectedly, the current Blackbeard's pirate head has been taken down. He is a lonely old man. No matter how powerful Blackbeard is, how can he resist the influence of the Red Hair Pirates group? It is completely impossible. Don't worry, boss, we will definitely find Blackbeard and destroy him. With him alive we shall not be safe. Avenge our lost brother. All the people were driving their own pirate ships with arrogance, and then launched a carpet search. Now they have to find all the people in this place in a short time to ensure the safety of their lives. At this time, Blackbeard must be hiding in a certain island, and they must completely wipe out Blackbeard. Advertisement. Absolutely cannot give Blackbeard any chance of survival, nor can it give him any hope of survival. As long as there is a day when Blackbeard survives, their lives will suffer the strongest blow and suppression. When anyone sees Blackbeard, the physical strength of the whole person will get the most powerful explosion. At this moment, the Red Hair also offered the highest amount of reward, who can kill Blackbeard. They will be rewarded with 100,000 gold coins. It's just that when these subordinates heard such a big reward, they all began to search for these places non-stop. This is a reward of 100,000 gold coins. If they can find Blackbeard, then all of them will feel very lucky. As long as you can find Blackbeard, you will eventually have a reward close to 100,000 gold coins. This will bring one of the most powerful comforts in their lives, comforting them 1.7 deep inside. This may be the only thought in the hearts of these people. As long as they can find Blackbeard, it is equivalent to finding 100,000 gold coins. What a high reward this is. No one was willing to let go of this reward, and they all began to go all out to find Blackbeard. Blackbeard also knew that the territory of the Red Hair Pirates must not be long-lived. Advertisement. Chapter 236. Seeking a way out, the Fishman Island. Advertisement. If you continue to stay in this field, it is very likely that the Red Hair will once again launch its own legion to find itself. I would rather die outside than let the Red Hair Pirates find it. Because as long as it gets into the hands of the Red Hair Pirates, then your own head will be lost. At this time, the Red Hair will definitely hate him to the bone, and he will absolutely not let his body fall into the hands of the Red Hair Marine group. He found a boat, with the fastest speed, then evacuated the field of Red Hair Pirates. The field of Red Hair Pirates is huge. Basically he set up sentries everywhere. 4. As long as there is a trace of Blackbeard in any place, it will immediately report to other outposts. Immediately afterwards, all the people will start heading towards this place non-stop, and then take down Blackbeard in one fell swoop. So Blackbeard had to be careful everywhere to prevent falling into the opponent's trap. Advertisement. There was a strong force in his eyes, and he just stared closely at the changes in the surrounding environment. As soon as he finds that there is something wrong with the surrounding environment, he will quickly leave this place to prevent being discovered by the other party. Because after all, everyone in Blackbeard at this time is constantly looking for themselves, and they must not be included in the other party's trap. Blackbeard just watched the changes around him closely. It must never fall into the hands of the redhead. Once it falls into the red-haired hands, it will definitely be wiped out by this guy. Blackbeard now has a new place to go. That is to obtain that you can go to the Fishman Island immediately, and that place may become a place where you can settle down. After all, the eyesight of the Fishman Island is not very strong now, and the most powerful force now should be the Lei Luo pirates. The second should be the power of Red Hair. Now anyone who wants to fight against the Red Hair pirates or Lei Luo's pirates. Advertisement. It is necessary to unite the strength of other pirate groups. If it is not the case, then it will definitely be wiped out in the end. At this time, Blackbeard knew that as long as he could reach the Fishman Island, he might be able to unite with the other party. As long as I can unite with the people of the Fishman Island, I can resist the Red Hair pirates and Lei Luo's pirate group. Blackbeard has nowhere to escape, he can only pin all his fate on the Fishman Island. Presumably, he had a certain friendship with King Neptune of the Fishman Island before. At this time, I fled from this place, and then ran to the Fishman Island to find the words of King Neptune. Then maybe the other party can give yourself a 337 greater sense of security. It can also give yourself a chance to survive or a way to live. After all, what I said before, I also have a certain friendship with Neptune, the king of the Fishman Island, so the other party shouldn't even count this kind of friendship. When thinking of this, Blackbeard didn't hesitate anymore, he accelerated his horsepower and started heading towards the Fishman Island. However, at this moment, he had to quickly avoid the investigation of the opponent's pirate group. At this time, the Red Hair was already facing all his subordinates, and began to conduct a carpet search in the entire field. Advertisement. Chapter 237. Carpet search, Blackbeard can't escape. Advertisement. They know that no matter how fast Blackbeard is now, it is absolutely impossible to get out of the Red Hair pirates' domain in such a short time. As long as this guy is found, his fate can be completely wiped out in the shortest possible time. Let him know what real terror is, and let them enter a real trap. So at this time, the power of the red-haired One Piece has begun to spread, so we must find Blackbeard. Blackbeard is also a smart person, basically relying on his own strength, he avoided all the sentry points of the opponent. It's just that when the other party's searchlights started to survey his place, he was able to walk over it skillfully. He will rely on the disguise next to him to get out of the opponent's trap. In a short time, Blackbeard had escaped the Red Hair pirates' domain completely. His speed is very, very fast. When everyone in the red-haired marine group didn't react at all, he had completely left this place. When he ran out of this area, he was exhausted and out of breath. Advertisement. He looked at the touch of black in the sky, and his heart was filled with a strong sense of anticipation. Finally escaped from this guy's sphere of influence. Otherwise, my eventual life must have been met with a violent end. Finally ran out. Blackbeard let out a long hiss, knowing he was saved this time. If it wasn't because he was so smart that he could run past the opponent's attack. And at this time, when I arrived at the Fishman Island, I discussed with King Neptune and planned to unite to exterminate the Red Hair pirates. Perhaps now he has completely fallen into the hands of the Red Hair. At this moment, when Blackbeard thought of this, he didn't hesitate at all, and immediately galloped towards the direction of Fisherman's Island. I'll let you know what the worst blow is. When they learned that the Red Hair pirates failed again, all the people couldn't help laughing out loud. Advertisement. But these guys don't have any chance to resist at all, and they don't have any room to resist. The last force will definitely wipe them out completely. Has been hurt. Falling into the other party's trap, one's own life will be finally terminated. The 5 elders passed the break as well, they knew it, and the Red Hair pirates failed again. Then attack the Red Hair pirates. The current Red Hair pirates have suffered a huge and strong attack from Lei Luo's pirate group. Ha ha ha, mere Red Hair pirates, do you want to fight my Blackbeard too? But he didn't expect that he was finally rescued at this time. At the moment he was rescued, he felt a feeling of survival after disaster in his heart. Then it will definitely kill all the people in the entire Red Hair pirates in the shortest possible time. Blackbeard already had plans of his own at this point. Just such a small pirate group, what courage do you have to confront me in this respect? If at this time, Neptune, the king of the Fishman Island, was able to lead his subordinates to unite with him. Advertisement. Chapter 238. Pursue it with all your strength, never let it go. Advertisement. I said it a long time ago, you must never join forces with the Red Hair pirates to fight against Lei Luo's pirate group. Reidu's white paper flower pirates, the current strength is really not to be underestimated. The ability of his pirate group can get the biggest explosion in the shortest time. I'm afraid we are not his opponent. Even though we have united with the Red Hair pirates, in the end there is still no way to fight the white paper flower hazy group. Each of them is full of strong anticipation in their hearts, and they all know that if they want to fight against Lei Luo's pirate group, it's just a confrontation between a few forces, it's impossible. Therefore, it is completely impossible for them to destroy each other in the shortest possible time. Redheads are the most obvious example. Before that, Red Hair had joined forces with the Blackbeard pirates and was preparing to attack Lei Luo's pirates. But what they didn't expect was that they were not ready to attack each other at all. Marco and Ace have led the white paper flower pirates to this place and dealt them the worst blow. Advertisement. It's just when the last of the power starts to turn on. Once again, they suffered the most serious blow in their lives, and they couldn't believe it at all. Marco and Ace are 2 members of Lei Luo's admiral, the strength of these 2 guys is not simple. In the shortest possible time, they completely surrounded Blackbeard and Red Hair pirates. The moment when they were surrounded caused them the most serious blow and injury, making them unable to believe all this for a long time. Blackbeard's men Gecko Moria began to attack Marco, and Marco took it down in one move. That's why the 5 elders who talked about this matter know that if they want to fight against Lei Luo, they must unite with all the pirate groups. Regardless of the lack of any one pirate group, there is no way to fight against Lei Luo's white paper flower pirate group. At this time, all parties got a piece of news again. That is AEED, Lei Luo has found pure gold, and now this person's strength has been raised to the perfection of Xiao Zhou because Zhou is not far away. The moment this news was revealed, the entire pirate world was shocked at that time. Advertisement. None of the people could believe what they were hearing. What? Do you mean that the current strength of Lei Luo has reached the point where Xiao Zhou is consummated? How could it be possible to achieve little Zhou Tian consummation in such a short period of time? It's just horrific. Impossible. Absolutely impossible for someone to achieve little Zhou's consummation in such a short period of time. The forces of all parties have been shocked. Especially the Red Hair at this time, when the Red Hair learned that Lei Luo got pure gold. And through recultivation, the strength of the whole person has once again been improved as a whole. The strength has reached the level of Xiao Zhou perfection. The strength of his whole body once again got the biggest explosion. The blanket of my most powerful Haki armor color is enough to scare everyone. But they didn't expect that Lei Luo's strength had once again been steadily improved, and now he was close to the big week. Advertisement. Chapter 239. The strength is close to the great Zhou, resist with all your strength. Advertisement. All the people in 5 elders let out a long sigh of relief, and the expression in their eyes was unbelievable. They couldn't believe what they had just heard. These people all know how powerful Lei Luo is, and they also know that he can improve his strength in a short period of time. The previous Kaido was not his opponent at all, he was able to completely wipe out Kaido with just one move. When killing Kaido, it's like pinching a paper ball. Didn't give Kaido any time to react at all, didn't give them any chance to react. But what they didn't expect was that at this time Lei Luo got another boost in strength. It's so scary now. Everyone has already set their sights on Lei Luo alone, and his overall strength has been improved. When such a powerful force is promoted, it can cause an inexplicable fear in people, and this force of fear suppresses everything. It was so terrifying that they ended their lives. This most powerful force is simply a sense of fear in their lives. Advertisement. When they faced the attack of such a powerful force, he knew how powerful Lei Luo was. The redhead was very angry. Now I didn't expect that Lei Luo's strength has been improved again, his strength has been improved, and we will no longer be his opponents. The strength is actually close to that of Dajodian. The red-haired person was so angry that his entire body followed, trembling violently. I didn't expect that I had lost both things now. When I ordered my subordinates to conduct a blanket search in the field of red-hair pirates, I must find Blackbeard. It was not found in the end. Originally planned to continue to attack Lei Luo again with the forces of other pirate groups. But what they didn't expect was that when they joined forces, this force was about to attack Lei Luo. Lei Luo's strength has been improved once again. Now this guy's overall ability has actually reached the level close to that of the Great Zhou. What a terrifying power this is. Advertisement. 0. Asking for flowers. The most powerful force once again attacked everyone's bodies, making them completely unbelievable. Soon Blackbeard had reached the Fishmen Island. When this guy arrived at the Fishmen Island, he immediately found Neptune, the king of the Fishmen Island. Blackbeard immediately came to Fisherman's Island with pious intention. 0. It's just that when Blackbeard came to the Fishmen Island, he encountered resistance from the other party's people. One of them directly erected the trident in his hand in front of Blackbeard. Who are you, guy? Hurry up and get out of this place, otherwise you will be killed without mercy. Blackbeard looked at the guy in front of him, and was furious, if it wasn't because he was suppressed now. Then he will definitely beat you and this guy to pieces with one punch. Before, my Blackbeard pirates were at their most prosperous and most powerful. But no one dared to talk to him like this in front of him, anyone who did this would be killed by his fist. Advertisement. Chapter 240. Blackbeard prepares to unite with the Fishmen Island to fight the redheads. Advertisement. But I didn't expect that the guy in front of me actually had such power. It was almost dead laughing. If it weren't for the fact that I came to the Fishmen Island this time to ask for King Neptune. As for the little thief in front of him, he guaranteed that one of his fists would be able to beat this guy to pieces. There was a powerful murderous look in his eyes, as if he could wipe out everything at this moment of 153. His strength has reached the ultimate level, anyone who sees the murderous look in his eyes will tremble. The young general was trembling all over his body. In the next second, the whole person couldn't help it, and took a few steps back. At the moment of withdrawing, the whole body was hit the hardest again. What he didn't expect was that now he was actually on the bar with the other party. There was a smile on Blackbeard's face, and then he said to this guy, I'm already an old friend of your King Neptune, and I have something important to do with him now. Advertisement. I would also like to trouble you to report immediately, otherwise no one will be able to bear the consequences. When the young general heard these words, he immediately began to nod his head. Because just now he saw a powerful murderous aura in Blackbeard's eyes, this powerful murderous aura could engulf him whole. He no longer dared to confront the opponent. If it is said that the dog's eyes look down on people, then the next second is very likely to be completely killed by this guy. So at this time, he immediately dealt with this place, preparing to report the news to King Neptune immediately. Even Gecko Moria, 5.9 was eliminated by Marco in just a second. He didn't expect that it was Blackbeard who found him. Anyone who sees the horror of Blackbeard's mighty force will be a little incredulous. Some time ago he heard that Blackbeard was hunted down by Lei Luo's pirate group when he was in Liquor Island. Even if Blackbeard is not wiped out by Marco in the end, he will definitely not be able to escape the murderous hands of the red hair. Advertisement. Because this guy joined forces with the red hair pirates to prepare to fight against Lei Luo's pirate group. Life matters. It was only when Marco and Ace came to the island that Blackbeard was dealt the worst blow. Report to His Majesty, a man named Blackbeard has been called, and he said he has something important to report. At that moment, I felt the most serious pressure from the other party, which made their lives end. It would be better to report this news to King Neptune immediately. In the end, the Red Hair has issued an order to unite all his Red Hair people to conduct a carpet search in the territory of the Red Hair pirate group. When King Neptune heard the news, his whole body trembled uncontrollably. Let Blackbeard have no chance to resist at all, and there is no room for resistance. The two admirals of Lei Luo, one is Marco and the other is Ace, have carried out extermination on the people in the field of Red Hair pirates. Originally, Neptune, king of the Fishmen Island, thought that Blackbeard should be dead. So at this time, King Neptune of the Fishmen Island thought that Blackbeard was dead. Advertisement. Chapter 241. There are no permanent friends, only permanent interests. Advertisement. We must find Blackbeard in the shortest possible time. And I heard that a reward of up to 100,000 gold coins has been offered, and if you find Blackbeard, you will have a reward of 100,000 gold coins. With such a high reward, everyone will definitely try their best to find Blackbeard. If you find Blackbeard, you will definitely destroy Blackbeard, and you must not leave him alive. Finally, you can take Blackbeard's head and go directly to claim the bounty. But what they didn't expect was that the current Blackbeard had already escaped from the territory of the Red Hair pirates. Finally came directly to the Fishmen Island. This directly shocked Neptune, the king of the Fishmen Island, and couldn't believe it. What was revealed in his eyes was unbelievable, and he was completely confused in an instant. Impossible, absolutely impossible. If the normal development is followed, Blackbeard is already dead. How could he be on the Fishmen Island? Advertisement. What was revealed in the eyes was unbelievable, and the whole person couldn't believe it at all. Even if Blackbeard has Tongtian's abilities, it's unlikely that he will be able to escape from the Red Hair pirates' domain. It seems that this guy found himself this time, hoping to join forces with him against the red hair pirates. Bring him in. Upon hearing these words, one of the teenagers immediately ran out and came to Blackbeard. Facing the downcast guy in front of him, he said, "Our king has summoned you, please go immediately." 11. This guy is finally willing to summon himself. These two guys are looking for you. I heard that when you escaped from the red-haired domain, you were hunted down all the way. At this time in 910, Blackbeard heard the question from King Neptune of the Fishman Island. Going directly to Blackbeard's side, pretending to be very excited, holding Blackbeard's hands tightly. As long as King Neptune of the Fishman Island is willing to summon him, then he can use his 3-inch tongue to persuade the other side. If you can order your subordinates to attack the red hair pirates immediately at this time, you can take down the red hair in the shortest time. Advertisement. Do you have any ideas? Brother, I have made you wronged. I heard that Lei Luo has been looking for you for a while, and the red hair is also looking for you. Soon Neptune, king of the Fishman Island, received Blackbeard directly. Blackbeard had an extremely happy expression on his face, and then he said to the guy in front of him, "You know what? The previous red-haired pirate head has already been hit by Lei Luo. After this period, we must unite and wipe out the forces of the red hair pirates directly. The red hair pirates cannot resist it." It's just that when King Neptune of the Fishman Island saw Blackbeard, he stood up. As long as this opportunity is lost, then if you want to attack the red hair pirates again in the future. When Blackbeard heard the news, his eyes were full of boundless joy. Basically impossible. When King Neptune of the Fishman Island heard these words, his whole heart trembled a little. Not to be missed. Red hair pirates are now vulnerable, like a pan of loose sand. Advertisement. Chapter 242. The Fishman Island dare not, Blackbeard persuades. Advertisement. He knew how powerful the previous red hair pirates were, comparable to Lei Luo's white paper flower pirates. If it weren't for the strong blow from the opponent, the current pirate group is still a very powerful force. But unexpectedly, when Lei Luo's pirate group started to attack the red hair pirates, they were directly suppressed. Now is indeed a rare opportunity. It's just that when King Neptune of the Fishman Island heard the news, he seemed a little excited. You have joined forces with the red-haired pirate head before, and you know their power best. You also know that even the red hair pirates were hit hard by Lei Luo's pirates before. But a lean camel is still bigger than a horse. The entire red hair pirates is still powerful now, how can you guarantee to destroy it? The look in the eyes of King Neptune of the Fishman Island is unbelievable. Advertisement. At the beginning, he also knew that Blackbeard had come to his door, and writing needed his help with something. But I didn't expect that the other party proposed to me the idea of uniting at the beginning, and wanted to unite with myself to fight against red hair. How is this possible? According to the current strength of the red hair pirates, the ability is also very strong. I'm afraid that these two forces will combine, and you will not be their opponent at all. But I didn't expect that the opponent's power could still express such an intensity, which made me feel a little scared. Facing the Blackbeard in front of him, he said, "You also know how powerful the red hair pirates are, and how big the domain they control. Anyone who sees such a powerful force suppressing will feel an inexplicable feeling of fear. Now the whole red hair pirates is like a mess, how can they have the strength to fight against the Fishman Island and me?" At this time, the Fishman Island didn't want to fight against the red hair pirates at all, nor did they want to become the enemy of the red hair pirates. Advertisement. Furthermore, the strength of the Fishman Island has no way to fight against the opponent at all. I'll say it again, although the red hair pirates were really strong before, but after they were attacked by Lei Luo twice, the strength of the entire pirate group is no longer strong. This guy really can't tell the situation. And after the red incident, it was the support of the power of the 5 elders. You should know how terrifying their power is. I'm afraid it will not be so easy at that time, and the other party will give them fear. If you are going to die, go yourself and don't drag us up the Fishman Island steps. When Blackbeard heard this guy's speech, Li's Zhao, he wished he could punch his skull. Backquote. Do you think the red hair pirates can be wiped out just by the two of us? That is completely impossible. Because as long as you become the enemy of red hair pirates, then red hair pirates will attack the Fishman Island immediately. Especially the Fishman Island, I don't even dare to take the red hair pirates as my hostile force. Shark Star also came out at this time, and then directly shook his head slightly. Advertisement. Chapter 243. Persuade Neptune with a 3-inch tongue. Advertisement. In other words, if their strength is strong enough, then how did I escape from their bloody mouth? When Blackbeard said this, on the contrary, all the people at the scene couldn't help being surprised, and everyone felt a strong feeling deep in their hearts. Their inner world felt a little unbelievable, and everything this guy said had touched their hearts. You were right, there will be no problems at all. Although the power of the previous red hair pirates is indeed very strong, the explosive power is also very strong. But after all, it was attacked by Lei Luo's pirate group twice. The strength of Lei Luo's pirate group is 773 very strong, especially now that Lei Luo has reached the strength close to that of the Great Zhou. Lei Luo's children can cause the most powerful suppression and blow to them in the shortest time, even if the red hair pirates are too strong. There is no way to have any confrontation with Lei Luo's children at all. So at this time, all the people in the Fishman Island felt a little inexplicably shocked. Advertisement. If the power of the red hair pirates is strong enough, it is absolutely impossible for Blackbeard to escape from their domain. But now Blackbeard is clearly AECE, standing in the boundary of the Fishman Island like this, he looks like a normal person. Except for some dirt on the human body. When thinking of this, they felt an inexplicable excitement deep in their hearts. Right now when the red hair is injured, if it is said that at this time the power of the whole the Fishman Island starts to attack the red hair. Red hair pirates are like a mass of mud, they can trample them to pieces. Everyone has a new idea deep in their hearts, if it is said that the red hair can be completely knocked down. Ha ha ha, if this is the case, then great, what you said is not wrong. Lei Luo's children must be the most powerful existence in the current pirate world. You were able to escape from their jaws, which shows that their eyesight has been weakened. It is also possible to unite all forces in the shortest time, and then fight against the final Lei Luo together. Advertisement. When thinking of this, all the people in the Fishman Island became very excited. In other words, being able to directly take down the red hair in the shortest time can guarantee the explosion of their strength. This is a fact. At this time, Neptune of Fisherman's Island already had a new idea. Although the strength of the red hair is very weak now, it only needs to unite with a few other pirate groups. At that time, the whole red hair will be her own, and then the whole world will be her own. Especially King Neptune of the Fishman Island stood up straight away, his eyes filled with anticipation. But as long as the red hair can be taken down and the power of the red hair can be annexed, in the end they can fight against Lei Luo's children together. In the shortest possible time, the eyesight of the entire red hair pirates can be completely taken down, and then some resources they need can be obtained. If the current red hair pirates are still powerful, they won't let you escape from their territory at all. I'm afraid the current redhead doesn't have any ability to resist at all, nor does he have any chance to resist. Advertisement. Chapter 244. Ultimate Strength, Turn the Tide. Advertisement. Just do it. When talking about this, Neptune, the king of the Fishman Island, didn't hesitate anymore, and just slapped one of his palms on the table fiercely. It was just the moment when he slapped his palm on the table. It can be clearly seen that the entire desktop began to tremble violently. He already had the only idea in his heart now, and that was to completely unite with Blackbeard. As long as they can unite with Blackbeard now, including Blackbeard's forces, to attack the red hair together. Then the current red hair pirates simply don't have any power to resist the attack of the combined power of themselves and Blackbeard. It will definitely be able to completely wipe out the red hair pirates in the shortest possible time. When thinking of this, King Neptune of Fisherman Island felt an inexplicable sense of expectation in his heart. Then I asked my subordinates what they meant. There was a look of joy on Shark Star's face. Your Majesty, I don't think there is any problem at all, that's fine. Advertisement. If the king could now unite with the Blackbeards to confront the redheads directly, they would be able to wipe out their boy band. Their children have no way to fight us. When thinking of this, the other few people didn't have any hesitation. Crashing Star also couldn't help but nodded. I don't think everyone did anything wrong, taking advantage of his illness to kill him. After annexing the opponent's power, we will master the most powerful force in the entire pirate world. Your Majesty, you are really enlightened, don't worry, as long as we unite, we will definitely wipe him out completely. When Blackbeard heard that King Neptune of the Fishman Island and his subordinates agreed to send troops to help. The red hair pirates have been besieging sentient beings for a while, and only by eliminating them can we ensure our safety. So as long as the red hair pirates are wiped out at that time, Blackbeard will be completely eradicated in the shortest possible time. However, at this time King Neptune had another idea in his mind. King Neptune of the Fishman Island nodded slightly, expressing his agreement. Advertisement. 0. Asking for flowers. Now that the red hair pirates have suffered the most damage from their vitality, and their vitality has not yet recovered, it is best to attack them. Although at this time the Fishman Island has united with Blackbeard, ready to fight against the red hair pirates. As long as the red hair pirates can be wiped out at that time, they will definitely kill the donkey. We could be hurt the worst if we say this opportunity is missed, absolutely not. 11. Blackbeard will always be a scar in their hearts. If Blackbeard is not wiped out, they will never be able to live. Everyone's heart is full of endless expectations, hoping to eliminate red hair. But everyone in the Fishman Island knew that as long as the red hair pirates were wiped out at that time, they would definitely start fighting against Blackbeard. Although it is indeed possible to unite with each other and then fight against each other together. The whole person's face showed a particularly happy look, and the inner world received the most powerful sense of comfort. There are only eternal interests in this world, and there are no eternal friends. Advertisement. Chapter 245. Happy ending, everyone is looking forward to it. Advertisement. However, Blackbeard also knows this, although now the Fishman Island has agreed to cooperate with him. But this cooperation is only a short-term cooperation, and there will be no final happy ending. If you want to completely wipe out these guys in the shortest time, you must condense all your forces together. And the most important thing is that as long as the red-haired C-777 bandit group is wiped out at that time, it will also be the same time that Blackbeard wipes out the Fishman Island. That was the only thought in his mind. At this time, King Neptune of the Fishman Island ordered someone to serve delicious wine, and then placed it in front of Blackbeard. To celebrate the success of our cooperation this time, we must completely wipe out this kid. Absolutely don't give this guy any time to survive and any chance to survive. This time, the red hair pirates must be wiped out. After finishing speaking, the two of them raised the wine glasses in their hands at the same time and began to toast. Advertisement. The eyes of these two guys are full of endless anticipation, and this cooperation is of great significance to them. As long as the cooperation is successful in the end, the red hair pirates can be wiped out completely in the shortest possible time. When the red hair pirates are wiped out, their lives will be finally safe. When talking about this, the two of them clinked glasses without any hesitation. This could hardly hold back the laughter. Deep in their hearts, these two guys once again gained the greatest sense of security, and their entire lives were comforted. After hearing a loud noise, the biggest fluctuation occurred in the entire land boundary. This most powerful murderous aura is enough to completely cover the whole world. At that time, the red hair pirates will be completely wiped out, and he must not be allowed to run rampant any longer. At this moment, Neptune, the king of the Fishman Island, directly ordered Wangxing, "Listen to my order, and immediately gather our troops and prepare to attack the red hair pirates." And at this moment, Lei Luo immediately transmitted the news to Marco, so that Marco was always ready to lead the pirates to attack them. Advertisement. I didn't expect people from the Fishman Island to join forces with Blackbeard. It seems that there are really no permanent friends, only permanent interests. This time it will be a big war again. At this moment, after drinking the last glass of wine, the two of them threw the glass in their hands to the ground with all their might. Boom. When he said my words, there was a strong murderous look in his eyes. However, Lei Luo at this time also knew the news. The inner world of these people was once again subjected to the greatest panic, and everyone was extremely excited. When Lei Luo learned that the people from the Fishman Island had united with the people from Blackbeard to fight against the Red Hair. 4.2. There was only a sound of glass being collided in the air, and the eyes of the two people were full of strong anticipation. At this time, the Fishman Island has begun to unite with Blackbeard's forces, preparing to attack the Red Hair pirates. Just like that, he drank the glass of wine in his glass, feeling the warmth in his stomach. Advertisement. Chapter 246. The snipe and the clam compete for the fisherman's profit. Lei Luo waits for the opportunity. Advertisement. If two tigers fight each other, they will be seriously injured. That is to say, they will definitely have a final confrontation in the end. At that time, the two pirate groups will fight fiercely, and Lei Luo's white paper flower pirate group will be able to obtain the greatest economic benefits if they join in. When I think of this, I can't help but laugh and make a sound. However, at this time Lei Luo had already arrived at the territory of Jin Daitro subordinates, and he knew that this guy had mithril on him. Only in the shortest time, let this guy hand over 04 mithril, the group can achieve their goals. Lei Luo's actions are carried out in secret, and basically no one will know about it. At this time, he is preparing to launch an attack on Jin Daitro's subordinates. Soon Lei Luo arrived at this place, and Lei Luo found this subordinate relying on his intuition. When he found this guy, he opened up to this guy directly and said, "I order you to hand over mithril right now, or I will let you die." This subordinate's eyes were full of endless fear, because he knew how powerful Lei Luo was. Advertisement. Lei Luo is now close to the strength of Great Zhou Tian, and his entire calendar will explode in an instant. So at this time, this subordinate is not his opponent at all, and the opponent will suppress him in the shortest time. He thought of the previous Kaido, who was no match for Lei Luo at all. Just looking at Lei Luo with pitiful eyes like this, but how could Lei Luo let him go at this time? This is definitely the suppression of a force they have never seen before, and the power of Lei Luo has caused them the most powerful fear. The strength of Lei Luo's whole person has reached the point of ultimate, and a powerful murderous aura enveloped the whole world. He didn't expect that Lei Luo's strength had reached such a terrifying level that he could be crippled directly with just one fist. Lei Luo watched the guy's physical strength burst out again. When he faced the suppression of such a powerful force, the inner world of the whole person suffered the most serious blow again. At this moment, he punched out the fist in his hand again, and a huge fist suppressed the opponent. Advertisement. 090 When the opponent was hit by such a powerful force, the whole person flew out again. It seemed that at this moment, I couldn't breathe at all. It's just that when Lei Luo brought out his strength, the opponent was completely wiped out. When they faced the suppression of Lei Luo's whole body's physical strength, there was still a look of fear in their eyes. Lei Luo's explosive power is too strong, this guy can't move at all. If you want to get mithril, unless you kill me today. Just when Lei Luo stood in front of him, he could feel a powerful force of fear suppressing him. And in the process of two people snatching mithril, they suddenly met Garp. Facing the suppression of such a powerful and terrifying force, his whole body followed suit, trembling slightly. The whole person's fist was clenched very hard, and a raging flame was radiating from the fist. Advertisement. Chapter 247, Looking for Mithril, Meeting Garp. Advertisement. As Admiral, a member of Marine, Garp accidentally noticed that Lei Luo was about to arrive at this place to snatch mithril. When thinking of this, Garp chased directly to this place without any hesitation. When Garp came to this place, he found that Lei Luo was fighting with a subordinate of the Golden Tesoro. Even with just one fist, he directly hit the opponent and flew out, causing the opponent to suffer the most serious blow. Such a powerful force was completely suppressed by the opponent in the shortest time, and a terrifying force swept across the body. There is no one, I feel convinced that the opponent's calendar has reached such a terrifying point. However, Garp at this time also knew that Lei Luo had to be intercepted in the shortest possible time, otherwise the consequences would be disastrous. Attack him immediately, and you must not let him go at this time. When he thought of this, Garp didn't hesitate, he got up and confronted the guy in front of him, and he must eliminate Lei Luo. Advertisement. At this time Lei Luo also saw Garp, but when Lei Luo saw Garp, the strength of his whole body was condensed again. It can be clearly seen that his body is illuminated with a layer of Haki armed color, and the powerful force of the sun layer suppresses everything. It caused the most serious sense of fear to the opponent, and Garp couldn't react at all at this time. Anyone who sees the suppression of this force on his body will feel an inexplicable sense of fear. This powerful pressure is enough to fear everything. Such a force that devours the sky and destroys the earth attacked his body and suppressed him. Hot fist. Quote. At this moment, he gathered all his cohesion together again, and started to confront Lei Luo like this. Lei Luo soared into the air, gathered his strength together, and flew towards Garp like this. This most powerful wave of heat directly hit the opponent's body, and Garp was sent flying. Let his eyes be filled with endless fear, and he can't believe that the opponent's strength is so powerful. Advertisement. At this moment, the strength of his whole body was once again condensed, as if he could defeat the opponent at that moment. When he once again condensed his strength and swung a violent fist, he could see a fist punched out like this. A terrifying force attacked his body, suppressing his whole body. There is no time for the other party to react, nor is there any chance for the other party to react, and it arrives within a second. At this time, Garp struggled to support his body with his hands and climbed up, and the next second he displayed his strength. A fiery fist with flames struck in the direction of Garp at the fastest speed. His eyes were full of endless fear, and he couldn't believe that Lei Luo was so powerful. It was clearly visible that Garp's pupils began to dilate non-stop, and Zhao Liu's sense of fear filled his whole body. But when he greeted his fist, he could clearly see a strong pressure suppressing him. Punch through mountains. Quote. Advertisement. Chapter 248. The final showdown with Garp, never let it go. Advertisement. When that fist hit a mountain, it could be clearly seen that the mountain turned into flat ground. The speed is very fast. Lei Luo saw that when Garp was so powerful, he would be inexplicably shocked. Unexpectedly, this guy could turn a mountain into flat ground with one punch. This powerful force was so powerful that it made me feel the most fearful at that moment. Their inner worlds have all suffered the most serious blow, which made them suffer a kind of devastation. When anyone sees the suppression of this force, they will be a little unbelievable, and they can't believe that the other party is so powerful. Once again, their lives were severely terminated, and 877's inner world was deprived. At this time, a powerful Haki armed color appeared on Lei Luo's body. This powerful Haki armed color covered his whole body, and his whole body soared into the air. There is such a powerful Haki armed color. Advertisement. It's just that when Garp saw this scene, his eyes were filled with endless fear. He knew that Lei Luo's personal strength was particularly strong, but he never thought that he would have such a powerful Haki armed color. It seems that there is no way to fight against the opponent at all. The most powerful force of the opponent can suppress him in a short time. His whole body felt the fear of the powerful force from the opponent. When this huge fist hit the opponent's body, his whole body began to tremble violently. No one feels that believing in Lei Luo's power has allowed you to reach such a terrifying point. Just like that, it declined fiercely. Garp didn't believe what he was facing now. Lei Luo just wiped himself out in 2 rounds. The speed was extremely fast, and Garp was not given any time or opportunity to react. When the huge fist hit his body just now, all the muscles and bones of his whole body were broken. Advertisement. It was completely unbelievable that there would be such a large force that suppressed his body, posing the greatest threat to his life. In an instant, the whole body became paralyzed, and there was no place that could shake in any way. At this time, Garp has no way to contact these any confrontation. His whole body began to tremble non-stop, and his legs began to tremble non-stop. It's just AEAF that the moment this hot fist hit him, Garp flew hundreds of meters away. In the next second, it smashed hard on that big mountain, and that big mountain collapsed in an instant. Immediately after that, Garp was buried directly. Filling their eyes with endless fear, they never expected Lei Luo to be so powerful now. When such a powerful force reached the opponent's production, it flew directly several hundred meters away. It was just that the moment Lei Luo's powerful fist hit, the whole place trembled violently. However, at this moment, Lei Luo didn't seem to give them any time to react, and once again hit Garp with a hot fist. Only my mind is still awake. Advertisement. Chapter 249. Garp is paralyzed and dare not move. Advertisement. At this moment, his whole body suffered the most serious blow. And at this time, Lei Luo also got Garp's one-punch mountain-piercing arm skill, and his strength was improved again. Haha, I didn't expect it to be so unrestrained. There was a hint of suspicion on his mouth, and in the next second, he used the opponent's punch-through mountain. It's just that when Lei Luo punched out this fist, he aimed at a big mountain in the distance. A huge fist smashed fiercely on that mountain. Boom. They could clearly see that the mountain began to shake non-stop, and the whole mountain swayed accordingly. Such a powerful force hit that mountain directly, making everyone feel a little unbelievable. No matter who is facing such a powerful force attack, there will be an inexplicable sense of fear, and they can't believe it. I can't believe that Lei Luo's power is so strong now. Advertisement. It's just that after Lei Luo absorbed the opponent's armed skills, he gave this place a maximum force suppression. The whole mountain began to shake violently in an instant, and after the violent shaking, the whole mountain collapsed suddenly. At this moment, Lei Luo felt a little unbelievable when he saw that big mountain in the distance suddenly collapsed. I didn't expect this guy to be so powerful now, I can't even believe it. This one-punch mountain-piercing skill is indeed very powerful. 17. There is endless joy in the eyes, and the deepest comfort in my heart. But what Redhead didn't expect was that at this time Blackbeard had already united with the Fishman Island. Damn it, I said it a long time ago, the B************* D Blackbeard must be eliminated, this guy will definitely find someone to fight us. Now when she directly joins forces with the Fishman Island to attack him. He got the biggest explosion deep in his heart, and he must get rid of the other party in his world. Just on the other side, within the realm of the Red Hair Pirates. These guys have eaten the hearts of bears and leopards. Advertisement. It is such a powerful force, it is absolutely capable of completely knocking out the opponent with one punch. The red hair could be clearly seen, and the whole person began to tremble non-stop, and the whole body trembled accordingly. 0. Asking for flowers. Red Hair has ordered all his subordinates to conduct surveys on all places in the Red Hair Pirates domain. I didn't expect that after I took Garp's skills, my whole body's physical strength would explode. It's just that when he saw the suppression of this force, he would feel a little incredible. Lei Luo expressed incomparable satisfaction in his heart. I didn't expect this guy to find Fisherman's Island directly, who on Earth gave the enemy so much courage to join forces with Blackbeard to fight against my Red Hair Pirates. And their army has begun to move towards the territory of the Red Hair Pirates. Blackbeard's strength is enough to attack everything. When the Red Hair got the news, the whole person would feel an inexplicable shock. This guy must be found in the shortest possible time, and Blackbeard must not be allowed to escape. Advertisement. Chapter 250. Explosion of strength, piercing mountains with one punch. Advertisement. I am afraid that the current Red Hair Pirates simply cannot fight against these two powerful forces. These two groups of forces have caused them the greatest fear in the shortest period of time. Especially now that Blackbeard can be clearly seen, the strength of the whole person's body has gotten the biggest explosion here. I didn't expect that this group of boys would dare to unite now, and the Fishman Island began to attack me with the 710 office. Can the power of the Fishman Island still attack us? Red Hair immediately called back all the people he sent out. Because they know that now Blackbeard has united with the Fishman Island and is about to prepare to attack the red-haired pirates. It can be clearly seen that the black mass in the distance began to press towards the red-haired field. All the Marines just pressed towards their domain. At this time, the Red Hair had already ordered all his people to say, "Listen to me, this time we must kill the other party." Advertisement. We absolutely can't let Blackbeard continue to be rampant. One more day he survives, the more oppressive he will be on us. The Red Hair Pirates have made a move. At the beginning, Red Hair Pirates has united with Blackbeard, ready to fight against Lei Luo. But what they didn't expect was when the two pirate groups joined forces to fight against Lei Luo. Blackbeard actually ran away. In the end, only the Red Hair Pirates were left to fight against Lei Luo. But how could the Red Hair Pirates alone be Lei Luo's opponent? They were hit hard by the opponent in just a split second. Originally, at the beginning, they had already started to hunt down Blackbeard thoroughly, and they must wipe out Blackbeard. When they came to Blackbeard's domain, they found that this guy started running away non-stop. And at the most critical moment, he actually escaped from the red-haired domain, something like this he couldn't accept no matter what. What he didn't expect was that now Blackbeard directly found the Fishman Island, and has completely united with the Fishman Island. Advertisement. Get ready to start a sort of final blow and suppression on them 0. At this moment, it can be clearly seen that Blackbeard's eyes revealed a strong murderous intent. Then he said to Neptune, the king of the Fishman Island next to him, "Don't worry, now the Red Hair Pirates don't have any influence at all, they have already suffered the worst blow. Now we attack with all our members and attack them with artillery. This guy will be wiped out by us in the shortest time." Full of powerful killing intent, the Blackbeard on this planet has decided to wipe out the Red Hair. Because I was hunted down by this guy when I was uniting with the Red Hair before. If it is said that the Red Hair cannot be completely eliminated, then it is difficult to quell the hatred in my heart. It can be said that the Fishman Island is thoroughly used. At this time, Neptune, the king of the Fishman Island, also had powerful greed in his eyes. Because at this time, King Neptune of the Fishman Island knew that as long as he could wipe out the Red Hair, then he is equivalent to mastering all the resources and power of the entire Red Hair Sea territory. Advertisement. Chapter 251. The Fishman Island attacks the Red Hair begins to resist. Advertisement. He has put all his hopes on all of this in the shortest time. I also hope to be able to ensure that my life gets an end in the shortest possible time, this is the truth. The army is overwhelming, all rush to me. It was only when King Neptune of the Fishman Island gave the final order that all the people began to attack in this direction. With these guns in their hands, they began to attack the opposite side continuously, and it was absolutely impossible to let them go. At this time, they have made their final determination to completely wipe out each other, absolutely not giving them any chance of survival. I will definitely let them know what real damage and attack power are in the shortest possible time. One can clearly see the pirate ships passing by like this on the sea surface, all of which are mounted with large caliber forts. When these people came to the territory of the red-haired Marine Regiment, they immediately ordered to fire. Fire me. After the order was issued, it could be clearly seen that artillery attacks occurred in the surrounding sea area. A powerful force attacked the entire world in the shortest possible time, and the whole place trembled violently. Advertisement. When they saw such a powerful force begin to attack the past, the inconceivable force revealed in their eyes. When those flaming shells opened up on these ships of the red hair pirates, it can be clearly seen that their ships have been attacked with such a large caliber, and one by one the ships fell. These ships were hit the hardest, and all the ships began to fall non-stop. They couldn't believe the strength of the other party, it would be so terrifying, it made them feel a kind of pressure. This force suppressed their bodies in the shortest possible time, causing their hearts to suffer the most severe blows. At this moment, these guys could no longer believe what they saw. The whole red hair pirates people were full of fear, the opponent's artillery attack would be so violent. Immediately step back now, I absolutely cannot be completely controlled by them. Be sure to escape from their strike range in the shortest possible time. Due to the sudden incident, before the entire red hair pirates could react, they were attacked by the opponent's artillery fire. The attack of such a powerful artillery fire caused their lives to suffer the most serious blow, and what was revealed in their eyes was incredible. When that bunch of red shells hit that pirate ship. Advertisement. Only a bang was heard. In the next second, the entire sea was violently turbulent, and in the next second, the pirate ship fell down. The red hair looked at the pirate ship in the distance, unable to withstand the blow, the moment it started to fall directly. Deep in his heart, he was once again hit hard by the other party, and he couldn't believe it at all. His eyes were filled with the most powerful murderous intent, he would never let Blackbeard and the Fishman Island go. This time Blackbeard actually joined forces with the people from Murloc A20 Island to attack our red hair pirates. Gather all my strength, and carry out the final bombardment with them. Redhead is already crazy now, and he has only one target now, and that is Blackbeard. He must eliminate this guy Blackbeard in order to calm down the hatred in his heart. Otherwise, this guy will only cause endless pressure on himself if he survives. If it is said that this kid can't be completely wiped out, then I won't get peace in this life. But at this moment, one of the subordinates ran over directly. Boss can't do it. If we talk about a full-scale counterattack now, if Lei Luo's pirate group comes, how can we fight? Advertisement.